feel low, you can still go. Even when you feel slow, you can still go. Even when there's no hope, you can still go. I never answer to no, man, I still go. Go, 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 yo, go, go, go. Hustle hard, hustle every single day. I'll be making moves till I'm buried in my grave. To the system, I don't wanna be a slave. I've been doing shit my way, or the highway. And in the driveway is a nice range. Cause I grind through the climb, I invite pain. You'll never hear me, bitch, nah, I don't complain. Just gotta flip the switch and you can go and obtain anything you want, anything you need. Your mind's got the key ingredient, it's belief. They'll deceive with the negativity, but I just slide right by that energy. Even when you feel low, you can still go. Even when you feel slow, you can still go. Even when there's no hope, you can still go. I never answer to no, man, I still go. Go, 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 go. You got a mind, but even that could change. You could flip the gray matter like some batter in your brain. That's why I say, fake it till you make it A. And if you play that game, then you just might make a change. Rearrange all the bad to okay. Take the worst thoughts saying, turn them to a game. Take the best thoughts saying, put them on display. On repeat in your brain till you're feeling no more pain. Never slow yourself down, you can do some more. Push past all the pain and you'll find a door. Open it up and finally explore everything that you thought you could never do before. And even when you feel low, you can still go. Even when you feel slow, you can still go. Even when there's no hope, you can still go. I never answer to no, man, I still go. Go, 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 go. Even when you feel low, you can still go. Even when you feel slow, you can still go. Even when there's no hope, you can still go. I never answer to no, man, I still go. I can feel the blood creeping up from the heathens. Got will, got fight, got pride, got reason. If they wanna go eat, then you know I'm gon' feed them. If you're coming for me, hope you're ready for a demon. I got eyes in the back of my head, I'm seeing. Take me for granted and you know I'm leaving. I'ma take what's mine with the webs I'm weaving. I could take this crowd from seeing to believing. Got a taste for blood and my tongue keeps bleeding. From the words I spit, so sharp, so freezing. So cold, behold, frostbite they feeling. I could take
Hello, beauties. We meet again. I hope you guys are doing good on what's today? Saturday? How is everyone? Well, I don't want to open all the way. You guys are too loud. How's everybody doing? I missed you guys. Hey Goose. Hey Sparkle. Hey Faith. Stranger Clegan. Easy E33. Sweet Sherry. Princess Chicken. Nettie. Better with Irish. Georgia Girl. F Bear. Ashilin Angel. Intangible Ram. Jane. Or is it Janie? I don't know. Maybe probably Jane, huh? Hey Betty. Kijme? Hopefully I said that right. I'm not good. I'm not good at pronouncing names good. So I apologize for anybody's name that I mispronounce now and in the future. Hey Alyssa. Hey Nancy. Rianne, how are you, sweetheart? So I hope everybody had a good day today and yesterday. Hey Green Eyes. Hey Snosberry. Peace Dove. Bequetta. Bequetta. Mississippi Gal. Heather, how are you? Always good to see you. So I hope everybody had a good day yesterday too. Sorry that I couldn't be here, but I was very, very behind yesterday. Hey Mingo. Either is fine. People call me both Jane or Janie. Huh. I don't know which one I like. I think I like Jane better. Mama Tot. So this is a series that I'm doing. And the last one that I did, it's Katie Joy versus every creator that she has either hurt, slandered, in my opinion, threw under the bus, all of those things. This is every YouTuber that she has, messed with here on YouTube. And that's why I can honestly say I'm not going to say that this live will be extremely long, because the person that I'm going to cover today, I feel like there's a long history between the two of them. Not that long, but usually I would talk about two people, but it might only be just one today. But this is a series and it's going to go on as long as it goes on. And there's a list of people, that Katie has affected in some way, shape, or form. So affected in a negative way. And I thought that this would be a really good series for us to do together, since I've been covering Katie and will continue to do so. Because she's so problematic, because do I sound okay, you guys? Let me know if I sound robot-y too. But just because she's so problematic, because she's evil, in my opinion. That's all I could say. So therefore, I want to bring awareness. I think it's different when you sit there and think about all the people that Katie has hurt. But I just thought it would be interesting to turn it into a series, because you can't do it in one video. There's so many people, it's been a lot. So last time that we did this, it was BX Beast Boy and Sherelle's World. Okay. So we covered, and I will put in the description below the first one that we did. Katie Joy versus YouTube creators, part 1. I'll put part 1 in the description. And this is part 2 today. So I'm glad you guys made it here. Hey, Crystal. I'm glad you guys made it here, because seriously, a lot of people know the YouTubers that Katie has affected, but I'm glad that you guys want to kind of take it back to memory lane and, see the people that Katie has hurt, or you guys know what I mean. So today we are going to cover Katie Joy versus YouTubers, and it's going to be LB. And the reason why I chose LB is because, like I said, I feel like it's a long history between the two of them. Not that long, like I said, but long enough to where she might be the only one, because I don't want this live to be extremely long. So that's who we're going to talk about today is LB. And most of you guys know what went down between the two of them. LB is a creator here on YouTube. So cute. I think she is absolutely pretty. I think she has like 60,000 subscribers. She covers more reality TV like Teen Mom and almost like reality TV like Sherelle's World. That's what she covers. I do watch her channel whenever I get time to watch her channel to catch up on Teen Mom and everything. I did let LB know that I would be covering her today with Katie Joy versus Creators. So if she happens to come in the chat, uh, I'm sure I'll see her because, you know, obviously I'd like to ask her some questions. But in the same sense, I can still ask her questions later on. She's a sweetheart from the things I've seen. She seems very, very nice. She's very respectable. She's very classy. And she keeps to herself for the most part. And I like that about her. She keeps to herself and she's nothing like Katie. Nothing like Katie. So that's who we're going to cover today. And there's a lot of videos out there about LB and Katie Joy, but I'm going to actually just focus on LB and the videos that she's made and let you tell her in her own story. And to be honest with you, still to this day, Katie Joy still talks about LB, still brings up LB's name. And especially now because of everything that's going on with, you know, the Justice for Vaughn story and Katie covering it. And then obviously LB started working with Molly Golightly and Justice for All, which probably pissed Katie Joy off even more. So she still to this day will bring up LB's name and still talks about her and still tells her version of events of what happened between her and LB, which are all lies in my opinion. I didn't watch the whole thing play out from the beginning. I started covering Katie Joy not too long after that though. Let me see. LB has been spicy lately in her open chats. She's so great. Yes, I really do like her. I think she's so classy, and I respect that about her. Tia LB posted that she had a family emergency this weekend. She might not be around. Oh, well, that I hope I'll be praying for her and her family. Like I said, I just wanted to reach out to her and let her know because she's been in the chat, but I'm sure she doesn't care. I'm sure a lot of people have covered this. So hold on, let me read some comments. I do love LB for her level head. She kicks ass, confident in what she does, which is something KJ definitely lacks. Absolutely. Absolutely. I am getting like some emails that people have sent me about T-spiracy. I don't know if I'm going to cover it. Once I do some research, then I'll let you guys know. Okay. Just wanted to announce that here since I know for a fact without a crystal ball, tried to get LB's channel mass flagged by trolls. We have receipts, and won't the internet forget? Yes, the internet is forever, and I believe it. I believe it. And like I said, I'm gonna pull up LB's story in a minute. Yeah, she is not afraid to speak up for herself. She's just, like I said, very elegant, classy, and she is definitely way better of a person on the inside than Katie could ever dream or imagine to be. So I know that Katie has done a lot of things, and I'm just going to tell you some of them with her, which is Katie has looked up LB's financials, and at that time, LB was filing for bankruptcy. Katie Joy tried to call LB a fraud because I think at that time LB had a GoFundMe going on, and Katie Joy has put LB through a lot. What I don't get is why LB wouldn't even just send that email to prove it was real. I'm not sure, but what I will say is that some people have their own reasonings as to why they do things and why they don't. T-spiracy. is blonde Katie Joy. Avoid her like the plague. I don't know her very well. I do know that when I first started out, T-Spiracy was one of the first people to share my channel. I've always thought she was cool. I haven't watched her in a while. It just seems as though the little bit that I have watched, she's changed a lot. Um, so I will have to look into that and let you guys know if it's even worth even talking about. Finances is no one's business. Exactly. But that's what Katie Joy does. She looks up her financials. She's done a lot of shady stuff. So some people in here know, and then some people in here don't. So I'm glad that you guys are all here so we can talk about this together. You want a good creator to talk to. Truth Sleuth, Allie. Did she I didn't even know she had a past with her, but you're definitely on the list, Steve. So you're definitely in this series. So I will definitely be getting a hold of you soon. She fully doxed L. It was beyond disgusting. Yeah, she did LB horribly, you guys. She did some evil stuff to LB. So give me a moment and I'm going to pull this up really quick. Okay. So absolutely adore LB. I think it's amazing that she has documented so much of the things that Katie Joy has done to her, because she has a part one, she has a part two. She even has things that she's spoken about with Katie Joy recently. And I think that's great. You know, it's always good to hold on, my iPad isn't charged. It's always good to document that kind of stuff. That's why I'm so happy that I've documented the things that Katie Joy has done to like Miss Letitia and everybody from the very beginning. Um, just because I think it's important. It's important to keep those kinds of things documented, and especially, you know, as creators, um, I'm happy that I've been documenting it, and I'm happy that I'm going to continue to, and I'm happy that LB did too. So she has so much information. Hopefully she doesn't mind. I am going to do commentary over it. Lord, you guys, me and this backdrop just don't get along. I am going to do like commentary just to show you guys. I'm not just going to play the video. I'm going to do commentary, but I am going to pull up everything. She has a part one, a part two, and she has all kinds of just so much information. So, oh, thank you, Stranger Clegan. Love you, girl. Always monitoring a timeline, timestamps, and receipts. Yes. So I didn't know for sure, but I'm sure that LB is going to show like all her receipts and everything. So thank you, Rianne. I love you, girl. All right. So I'm going to pull this up really quick. Give me a I like that picture. That's cute. Yes, document it all. It's very, very important. Um, we all like who we like in life, and these YouTube streets are really like T-Spiracy with peace and love. Absolutely, I don't have a problem with T-Spiracy either. Like I said, she was one of the first people to share my channel when I first started. So I don't have a problem with her either. So please don't get that. Thank you, Christy, sweetheart. You guys are so sweet. Please don't get that twisted. I don't know Teespiracy very well. All I know is from the little bit that I've watched, because I've always watched her, not as much as I would like to or can, but from the little bit that I've watched, it just seems as though she's changed a little bit, and I don't know if it's for the good or if it's for the bad. I don't know, because I haven't watched her, and she don't watch me either. So I think she did in the beginning, when she shared my channel that one time, but she don't know me and I don't know her. So I'm not going to comment and say that I don't like somebody if I don't know them. You know what I'm saying? All I know is that it seems as though she's changed from how when I used to watch her back in the day. That's all. And she could say the same damn thing about me. Teespiracy isn't racist. That wolf guy is a nut job stalker who has been stirring up stuff for a long time. Well, like I said, I'm going to, because people have been, they didn't really say anything about racist, but yeah, we will, like I said, I'll talk about it if I feel like it's worth talking about. Otherwise, I won't, Okay, so I'm going to play a little bit of this, and the title of this is Where It Started, my experience with Katie Joy from Without a Crystal Ball. So this is Albie telling her story. This is under fair use commentary. I'm going to only play a little bit of this, do some commentary, but I just want you guys to hear the story of what happened between the two of them. And the commentary, obviously, that I'm going to be doing is just taking a trip back on memory lane. You know what I mean? But yes, don't get it twisted. I don't have any kind of problem with Teespiracy. There's just people emailing me saying, hey, did you hear about Teespiracy? Can you do research? Can you talk about it? I haven't done any research yet, so I don't know. So is AZ and Teespiracy the same person or no? I don't know these names. I think, yeah, that's the same person. I think AZ is her nickname. The fact she has more than one part, and Tia also has more than one part, says more. Stranger Clegan always makes me laugh. That's true. Let me read this again. This is worth reading twice. The fact that she has more than one part, and Tia also has more than one part, says more than anything about KJ. It's the fucking truth. Like, seriously, Stranger Clegan, this is going to be probably like a 5-10 part series. Shit, I jumped from 5 to 10. What the fuck? But it's true. It's so true. Okay. Sorry, you guys. I just adore Stranger Clegan. Okay.
Things that I want to say. This is just my experience with Katie and my opinion based off things that happened between me and her. Please do your own research. There will be more videos to come, but this is just going to tell the tale of what happened in the beginning. But
this is something that I always tell you guys. It's in my description, and it's always going to be something that I encourage with you guys. We do not, nor I never encourage, and as a matter of fact, I just told my mods this. If you are a mod for me, another announcement that I want to make really quick. If you are a mod for me and I have no way of getting a hold of you, you need to get a hold of me, because I need to be able to communicate with you if you're a mod, for one. For two, I just told my mods this the other day. There's no echo chamber in this chat. We're not encouraging any echo chambers. I want people to be able to come into this chat, feel the way they feel, as long as they're being respectful. As long as they are in chat and being respectful, even if you don't like somebody, as long as you're being respectful, I don't mind if you comment and say, hey, be careful, whatever. It doesn't mean I'm going to listen to you. It doesn't mean anything. I'm going to take into consideration the opinion that you give me. But my point is that I don't ever want there to be an echo chamber in my chat to where somebody says something and they're deleted or blocked or anything like that because a person giving their opinion about another creator in a respectful way, but because they're giving their opinion and it's maybe a little bit negative, that person gets blocked or hidden. I don't ever want that. And I'm not saying that my mods have done that. I'm just saying I always want that to be I always want to be very, very transparent about that. Just like even with T-Spiracy, people are entitled to their opinion. I just want to make sure that people come into my chat and feel comfortable to be able to talk about and, you know, speak on things, but as in a respectful way. You know what I mean? Except for with Katie, whatever.
To form your own opinion, please look into other people that have also had experiences with Katie.
Right. That's another thing I wanted to say. I always say in my description, please do your own research. This is a commentary channel / makeup channel. This is my opinion, you know, and opinions are not facts. Do your own research, do your own due diligence, and come up with your own opinion. You can take my opinion into consideration, but still do your own research and come to your own conclusion. You have a brain of your own. Nobody's here to think for you. Okay? So that's good that she said that.
So I'm going to kind of start at the beginning and where everything began with me and Katie. This is a screenshot of my very first video that I uploaded to YouTube. It was uploaded April 14th, 2019. My initial plan was to do makeup reviews and Ipsy unboxings. I'd done that until things really popped off with Janelle and David Eason after he killed Nugget. Then I jumped over into reality TV videos, and it really worked out well for me. Overnight, I went from 60 subscribers to like 200 or something. My views went from 100 views to 1,500 views. So I felt like that was really working for me, and I just stayed in that lane. Now, fast forward a few weeks, maybe a month or so, I was contacted by a few subs that follow Colin, and they saw a post that he made on his Facebook account that was really concerning. They sent it to me, asked if I was going to cover it, which would be, you know, the thought, because that's what happens. I went on a live later that night and asked if people thought that I should cover it. Everyone said yes. They just said handle it with care, because we do know that there is an issue there. So I'd done just that. This was Katie's response.
Sandra Price, hold on. Sandra Price, that's not, okay, hold on. Sandra Price, that question is ridiculous. I'm so irritated that Leslie Bass even brought that bullshit up. It's completely irresponsible for her to report that. Colin Evans is...
Here's already the disrespectful part right here. Katie has been very, very vocal, okay? Thank you, Stranger Clegan, love you. Katie has been very, very vocal about not having any respect for anybody. Let's put it that way. Very apparent. Let's put it that way. I used the wrong word. Because I don't know if LB started off with LB from the very beginning, or she changed it to LB. I'm not sure, but Katie, oh my God, I can't stand her. I literally am very, very, it's at the highest, but I will do it when I click over to it. I am very, very anal about the fact when people use other people's real name when they don't go by their real name. That pisses me off. Be respectful. LB goes by LB. Why do you keep calling her by her real name? And that's why I used to be respectful towards Katie Joy and called her without a crystal ball. Every now and then I would slip up and say Katie Joy or sometimes KJ. But if she doesn't have any respect for anyone else, I'm not going to have any respect for her. So therefore, I'm just going to call her fucking Katie Joy, because she wants to walk around being disrespectful and calling LB by her real name. And I don't like that shit. I don't.
Severely mentally ill, and he is not in his right mind, and anything that he says should never be used as clickbait for views on YouTube.
The video wasn't clickbait. The title wasn't clickbait. Nothing about it was clickbait. Katie is acting like she had such a problem with my video, claiming that it was clickbait. But this past December, she did not have a problem using clickbait. She would put up a video with the title, "I can't believe this," and then change it later on. That's clickbait.
And the fact that she made a video out of it is disgusting. He is not the father of Janelle's baby.
You are not the father.
MTV actually showed Janelle and Andrew have a paternity test done, you guys. I'm sure you guys probably remember that. I think Jace was like around 2 or something. They had it done. They Skyped Andrew and gave him the results and told him that he was the dad. So there was a DNA test done. Jace does belong to Andrew.
It's bullshit that she put that on YouTube, and she should be ashamed of herself for doing it. And the fact that I have to keep answering this stupid question is ridiculous.
You don't, Katie. Are you incapable of saying, "I don't care to talk about that"?
Colin Evans was never on that show. Talking about him, and we shouldn't be looking at his freaking look as the means for
Gossip.
So after Katie done that video where she berated me over the Colin video, someone sent me a link to a video that Katie actually made about Colin, where, as you can see in the captioning, she says, "Group home for a while, and he's had multiple arrests." But in the comments of the video that Katie made about me, saying that she didn't agree with the video, someone actually said, "I saw the video made about her brother. I listened to it up until she mentions his prior convictions. I mean, she exposed him. There was no need to dig that deep. I agree with you completely." Katie actually says she dug up his convictions, and people are saying that I'm the butthole for calling her out.
Are you freaking serious? So Katie Joy has the nerve to talk about somebody else, digging up somebody else's convictions, when that is, Katie Joy is the leader of that. That's all Katie Joy does, is walk around pulling up any type of mistakes that people may have made in the past, but she has the audacity to talk about somebody else. Oh my God. Have a state. Oh my, I don't even.
Meanwhile, Katie has also done videos about him being in a group home and his arrest. Now that, there's no denying it. That is hypocrisy at its finest.
Leslie Bass is disgusting for putting that out, and I can't believe she would even
entertain that as an option and mock him.
I absolutely did not mock Colin. The video that she is talking about, if you have not watched it yet, please go do that so you can form your own opinion. The video is going to be linked in the description box below.
He's mentally ill. Don't do that. And I'm not talking about somebody that has a mild mental illness. He cannot take care of himself.
Katie had not talked to anybody to verify the things that she's saying about Colin. He actually lives on his own in a trailer, a few blocks from Barb, pays his own bills, does his own grocery shopping. Here's some of his work that he has done. He sent me some photos because he was very proud of it. So he had a job back then. And he was able to live on his own.
He doesn't know what he's talking about. And so when you put that on your channel and you start talking about it oh, do you think this is true? Of course it's not fucking true. Shut the fuck up, Leslie.
I never said that it was true. I actually said that it wasn't. But
you, Katie, should have shut the fuck up back then, and you need to shut the fuck up now, because you don't have any right to talk about anyone else, to sit there and that's all you do is look at people's past. You are seriously the leader of doxing on YouTube, in my opinion. Just saying. Whoops, my mouse got stuck.
you didn't watch the video, so you wouldn't know that, Katie.
God.
I'm sorry, you guys. My son is probably at a similar functioning level as what Colin is. And I would be irritated as fuck if somebody on YouTube made his statements like a gossip column.
Nice makeup. Anyway. Another thing too, if a person can function on their own and has their own place and pays their own bills and works, that doesn't mean that they are mentally disabled. And you saying that is actually not good, to walk around saying that somebody is mentally disabled and they're not. That doesn't deem this young man as mentally disabled if he can work and pay his own bills. Okay? So why would you say that he is if you don't know? And I've always said that even back then.
He's not on the show.
He's not a public figure. Leave him the fuck alone, Leslie. I lost all respect for what I thought was a decent human being. I've never watched her before, but
She says she never watched me before. Never. So that means she clearly did not watch the video she is complaining about. But Katie has a habit of doing this. She will.
Yes, it's the hypocrisy for me. Like, can you listen to her? Listen to what she just said. It goes back from her saying that he's not even a public figure. Listen to her. Miss Letitia's not a fucking public figure either, Katie, but you still keep messing with her. Like, this needs to be taken and used if anything ever happens. I'm just saying. You don't mess with a public figure. Or you do, you know what I mean. If someone is not a public figure, it is and there is a fascinating case about that. Hey, Jamie, there is a fascinating case about that I've been watching recently that somebody recommended to me. And it speaks volumes of what's happening now. And this person actually got a lifetime PPO because of it. You have to be careful. And the thing is these two were both limited public figures. So imagine to somebody who is not a public figure, what could happen? You know what I'm saying? Like, you're sitting here telling her, shut the fuck up, Leslie, quit talking about him. He's not a public figure, but yet it's okay for you to do it. And you still do it till this day.
Go off on creators and then say, I've never even watched them before.
thought maybe like she did a decent job because some of my subscribers liked her, but fuck no, not after that. My husband doesn't care if I swear. What? Are you serious, Elise?
Elise was a sub and supporter of KJ's at that time.
She deleted her message. I know, somebody else deleted it. My husband doesn't care if I swear. Why the fuck would I care if she swears? Yeah. I'm 48 years old. I've been around the block a lot in my life. I've done and seen some things. Like, that's one of the dumbest things I've ever seen.
Todd just said that KJ's subscribers' question was dumb. One of the dumbest he's ever seen.
How rude. Who watches my channel? Leslie watches my channel? I don't care if Leslie watches my channel. You don't exploit someone who's fucking vulnerable so you can get clickbait views. That's bullshit.
And I will absolutely stop.
We're going to listen to that. Hold on. Never mind. Anyway, I'm going to slow that part down for a second where she was slowed down in Leslie's video. But anyway, you don't exploit someone who is vulnerable. You're right. Katie's right about that. And not in LB's case, though, because this young man is not vulnerable. You know what I'm saying? Like, I think obviously we know now that Katie's just saying that to attack LB. But here's the thing. It goes back to what's happening now. Miss Letitia's vulnerable. You know, she has a son who's fighting for his life in a coma. But yet here you are attacking her and getting other people to join along with you to continue to attack her. Like, exactly. I lose brains. I was watching it. It's ridiculous. Like, she's the biggest hypocrite I've ever seen. But this is, hold on a second. I want to hear something real quick. Let me.
Drop the F-bombs and, like, get feisty.
When you start, like, exploiting people.
Absolutely stop dropping F-bombs and, like, get feisty.
When you start, like,
Absolutely stop dropping F-
I don't care if Leslie watches my channel. You don't exploit someone who's fucking vulnerable so you can get clickbait views. That's bullshit.
And I will absolutely stop dropping F-bombs and, like, get feisty.
When you start.
Who does that sound like to you guys? There's a reason why I did that. And if none of you know, exactly, Goose. That sounds familiar to me. Very, very familiar.
Start, like, exploiting people, and, like, Colin is a vulnerable adult. He's a vulnerable adult. You don't go onto a vulnerable adult's web page, like Facebook page,
and then like gossip about it because his sister is on Teen Mom.
that's not okay. Like, because he's, yeah, no, it's not okay. I don't even want to entertain what he says because clearly he's a vulnerable adult. He doesn't know what he's talking about. Oh, she has name dropped me. Well, if she wants to name drop me, that's fine. But, like, Leslie Bass, please do not do that. Like, I will respect you more.
I don't know why Katie would think that I wanted or needed her respect. I didn't even really know her.
As a commentator, but don't make a vulnerable adult part of your clickbait. I was so irritated when I saw that.
Well, you know what, CB? You can get the fuck off too. Bye.
CB was also a sub of Katie's. She disagreed with her about the video. Katie cursed her, then.
And still to this day, this is how Katie treats her subscribers. Like they're shit, you know, and your subscribers are the reason that you're here, you idiot. And you treat them like shit. And I think that's amazing. That's very genius of LB to be pointing out how long, you know, these people who are subscribers of hers, who's been supporters of hers, and every single time somebody disagrees with her, she throws them out of her chat and tells them to get the fuck out. But here's the thing. There you go with a creator having echo chambers in her chat. If you don't agree with her, then deuces. That's not the way it works. And that's not the way I ever wanted to be in my chat. You can respectfully disagree with somebody. Not everybody's going to agree with everything that you say.
And blocked her from the chat.
She agreed now. You know what's going to get me fired up, you guys? People that exploit people that have disabilities and people that exploit people that are vulnerable.
So many people that Katie has covered that were vulnerable, and she did not mind making video after video. Huxley, for one, disabilities, vulnerable. She's done tons of videos about him.
Fired up. And if that makes me, don't talk like, oh, you need to talk like a lady. Don't be so patriarchal and like, oh, I should be like pristine and proper. Fuck you. Seriously.
So a subscriber asked,
I'm sensing some jealousy here. In my opinion, there's definitely some jealousy. I don't think some. I think it's a lot of jealousy. Leslie is a very cute girl, and then you have somebody like Katie, okay? And to me, this is more or less when LB and Katie first started out, and I think it was more Katie trying to eliminate LB because her and LB talk about the same stories. And I used to say that back then too. The way that Katie's talking about her and seems so very offended by everything that LB is saying and trying to discredit LB, I think it's more or less because she wanted to eliminate somebody that she thought was competition. That's just what I'm sensing here.
asked if Todd cared if Katie cursed. They both laughed at this lady, and then Katie cursed her. You know, it's not out of the ordinary for us to be asked questions. Katie was on a live stream cursing, so they asked, does your husband mind? The fact that Katie could curse this lady, once again, just shows everyone how Katie treats her subscribers.
Yeah, why don't you take bigger issue with
what Katie was actually talking about? instead of the language that she was using. That's fucking asinine. Are you irritated at me for saying fucking shit and fucking shit?
To me, it looks like Katie is antagonizing the viewer that brought up her using the bad language. Kind of the same way she treated Caroline over the Eminem situation. Katie has that if you don't like it, go somewhere else attitude. She needs to remember that these people pay her bills.
But you're not irritated at the fact that somebody
Literally went on to somebody who is severely mentally ill, then took screenshots of what that person said, who cannot take care of himself, who lives with his mother as an adult, and then had the audacity to make a clickbait video and say, Janelle's brother thinks that he's the father of her son. Of course that's disgusting. Of course I'm going to be livid. You're profiting off of somebody's illness and disability, and it's freaking
disgusting. If you had a child that had a disability
and you knew the level of like atrocity and vulnerability that these people have, he is a vulnerable adult, and she just took that and blasted it all over YouTube, and it's disgusting. Not one person, not a single person in the entire media said a damn thing about him.
Yeah, jealousy is a very powerful emotion as well. I've said that to you guys many times. It really is. I think jealousy makes people do some pretty crazy things and say some crazy things. But I think what's most important here, and to pay attention to Katie, is you're acting as though even if she did speak of him, the way that you're talking about someone who is potentially mentally disabled, which he isn't, but you're sitting here acting as though it's a bad thing that he's mentally disabled, and that if he's mentally disabled, he can't do anything. Obviously, the mentally disabled is a protected class. So therefore, I think LB would know better than to talk about somebody who's mentally disabled. This is just Katie discrediting, trying to discredit LB, because like I said, she wants to eliminate her competition, and she's doing whatever she can. And that is a very easy thing to use to take somebody down. Oh, they're attacking the mentally disabled and putting them on blast and blah, 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 blah. The mentally disabled is a protected class. So that's just Katie using this situation for her own benefit, for somebody that she's jealous of. Okay. And Katie is jealous of a lot of people. Very much so. So that's what I think this is. And I've always thought that Katie was very jealous of LB. Envy too. Yes, Steve. I've always thought she was very jealous of LB and still is till this day. And it's funny to me because you see Katie, who has so many subscribers, allegedly, whatever, who has so many subscribers, and it's like you still are so jealous of people. So what does that tell you? It's not about the subscribers, you guys. It's about the community that you build, the making sure that you're not creating echo chambers in your chat. It's about being able to look at your subscribers as not a number, because your subscribers, your supporters, they're more than a number. These are people behind a number, and it is just building a solid community, and doing the best that you can to make sure that your subscribers know that they're not just a number to you as a creator. So I think that's something that Katie's just not capable of, because she can never build that. You can't build a solid community if you're telling your subscribers, the people who support you, the people who take time out of their day to watch you, when time is fucking precious, okay? I tell you guys that all the time. Time is precious. Therefore, if you guys can take the time out of your day to watch me, that means everything. So you can't build a solid, strong community if you're telling your subscribers to get the fuck out when they don't agree with what you say. An echo chamber is a creator, basically. Sorry. An echo chamber, it's hard to explain. An echo chamber is a creator that is basically expecting for her subscribers, her supporters, to agree with everything that she says, everything that creator says. And if you don't agree with that creator, then they're going to kick you out, just like Katie does. That's an echo chamber. It's kicking somebody out because they don't think the same way that you think. That's impossible. No, not everybody's going to think the way that you think. It is trying to, basically, it's a creator trying to kind of start a cult in a way. They want people to think the way that they think. They don't want people to think for themselves and have a brain of their own. That's what, it's easier to have people follow you and perpetuate your narrative when they don't think for themselves and they're just followers. And they just pretty much echo every single thing a creator says. That's what an echo chamber is.
Nobody in the media follows him for that exact reason, because we have integrity. You do not do that. Oh, he is very vulnerable. You guys, anyone that makes statements like that, you have to remember, like, that's not someone that's in a place. And no matter what makes my heart hurt more than anything is the fact that those words now are out there for everyone to see.
Just being a brat and wanted to stay with her dad. Part of me thought she was just being bratty. Like, she would just go from crying to fine, from crying to fine. And it reminded me of when my son pitches a fit. Ridiculous. People just don't want to believe that a kid would lie, or I think people don't ever want to doubt that a kid is lying. So we never want to distrust what a kid is saying, right? So you don't want to assume that the child isn't being truthful. But I think if she's not being truthful, it has nothing to do with the girl being untruthful. I think it's the dad that's made her be untruthful.
Because nobody else would ever have would ever even consider putting that out there. Because it's so far over the line, it's like predatory. And you know she did it for views, because she made the title of her video, "Is Janelle's brother the father of her baby?" Of course he's not.
Katie Joy, the master of hypocrisy. What is the point of being here on YouTube? Well, we as creators, we create a thumbnail. And we talk about things that we hope and pray gets views. That's what it is to be a creator. Okay. Does it mean that you have to follow with the crowd and do everything that other people are doing? No. Does it mean that sometimes you have to sacrifice and talk about things that you're passionate about, even though others may not be? Of course. But the majority of creators, what we do is we talk about things that we hope gets views. Isn't that why you talk about the Duggars every day? Because it gets you views, right? Yeah.
I'm proper irritated, you guys, because my son is Colin. Until you have a child that is like functioning at a level where their IQ is above like the ID level, where they would appear to be normal, but they're still not totally there. Like, those are the people that people consistently take advantage of, take out of context, and like humiliate. And all that video did was humiliate someone who needs support.
I'm sorry, you guys. I'm just beyond that pisses me off.
It pisses me off when people say to me, "How dare you let your wife talk like that? What do you say to something like that, Todd?" I encourage it. She probably, whoever said.
So, Kendall, this young man that LB talked about has a job. He has his own place. So I'm just asking, how was he mentally ill? I mean, I don't know everything about this man, but I do know that LB described this man as being, has his own place. He has a job. He pays his own bills. So if you're talking about mentally ill, as far as he may have like some type of mental disease, like maybe bipolar, for example, let's use that. Is that what you're talking about? Because if that is what you're talking about, that's not in comparison to somebody who is mentally disabled. And somebody who is mentally disabled, can't function on their own. So I will Google it. I'll Google it in front of all of you guys. But the point is that I'm just asking, how is this young man mentally, if he's mentally ill, okay, this isn't an echo chamber. We respect all points of view here, but please keep chat civil. Thank you. Exactly, yes. Thank you, Strainer Clegan. Tia, you can be disabled and have a job and live on your own. You can have mental health issues and be on your own. I work with many intellectually disabled adults. But see, here's the thing. Katie is comparing this young man to her son. So if she's comparing this young man to her son, I understand that when you're mentally disabled, most people who are mentally disabled cannot function on their own, because my mom was a nurse for the mentally disabled. So what I'm saying is that if he's mentally ill, as far as like you're saying that he has like a mental disease, he can now see that's not what Katie says though. That's not what Katie says. I'm reading you guys' comments. Overly relates things. Right. But I'm talking about if you are like, because here's the thing that I'm not going to go back and forth with this. I'm not. But what I will say is that most people, yes, a staff can come in. Exactly, Melissa. Because my mom did that too. She was a nurse for the mentally disabled. But what I'm trying to say is that she is saying that, and I will look it up, I don't know about this young man. I'm going off her son isn't even autistic. I thought okay, I'm going to play this, but I know it's not. I have what her kid has. You can get home health help and be on your own. I organize that a lot of people. Right. But what I'm saying is that most people, even with mental disabilities, depending upon what that mental disability is, you're right. Some can live on their own, some can't. But what I'm saying is that she is talking about LB, okay? And I'm going off of LB's story. Katie has no credibility with me. I will look up this happened, what, a year ago? I will look this young man up. That's why I wish Elle was here so she can speak for herself. But I will look this young man up to see what is, if it's documented or something, if he has some kind of mentally. But what I'm saying is that Katie does this all the time. Katie attacks the vulnerable. She attacks anybody. So tell me, it's the hypocrisy for me. I don't think, in my opinion, respectfully, that Katie has any kind of point here if she does it herself. That's what I'm trying to say. It's not about people who some have who's mentally disabled can live on their own, some who's not. They can't live on their own, whatever the situation is. She's comparing this young man to her son. What I'm saying is that Katie attacks the vulnerable. So she has no moral high ground here. That's what I'm saying. It's not about anything but that. Does KJ use severely mentally ill people as sources? Real question. Yeah, I'm sure she does. Tia, she put her son in a box. This KJ can see her outside next. I don't trust any of KJ's sources, period. Now let's continue to play the video.
That probably misconstrued the fact that, I pretty much kind of picked up
what you were talking about, but from the get go, when you address that person's question, I didn't know what you were talking about because I don't follow this kind of stuff. And so I was looking at a bunch of texts that I had on my phone, so I had my head down like this. My head wasn't down in shame. I'm not ashamed of my life, people. I know most of you people don't need to be told that because you have half of a brain or a whole brain, but seriously, let's step into the 2000s and let a woman vent if she wants to, and let her use whatever fucking language she wants to use. Shouldn't offend me.
And that's what I'm saying, Carol. My mom was a nurse. She was a registered nurse for the mentally disabled, the mentally ill, and there is a difference between the two. But that's not the point here. We're missing the whole point. And Kendall, I'm not going to go back and forth with you about who Katie's sources are and which ones are meant. I don't give a shit. It's the hypocrisy for me. That's what I'm saying. She has attacked Ms. Letitia, whose son is in the hospital fighting for his life. I don't give a shit about who Katie's sources are because I wouldn't trust anything that Katie says, period.
I don't give a shit. And you should spend a day here with me on the weekend once. You want to hear some swear words?
What? Why are y'all cursing on the weekends? What's happening on the weekends? Everyone's cursing all the time. And where is the baby when everybody's using this language?
It's not a big deal, man. It's fucking language.
And I'm like the one that like holds back 99% of the time. Like I rarely swear. Rarely.
And if you want to have a morality attack, that would have never happened in front of our son. So just go away with all that bullshit.
So this is my very first encounter with Katie. Her dragging me and cursing me over a video that she admits that she did not watch because she said she never watched me. Keep in mind, I had never said anything ever rude or negative about Katie. The only time I ever mentioned her was when I would make a video that she had made a similar one, and I would say, Katie Joy has a video out about this as well. Go check her out. So this is her response. To curse someone, to curse her subscribers, even a mod, and yell at them about a video that she did not watch. So if you have not watched the video, the call-in video, it's going to be linked in the description box below. Also, my response will be linked in the description box below because it is 2 hours long. I cannot play the whole thing. Check it out so you guys can form your own opinion. I will come back with another video to tell what happened later. Please make sure you subscribe to the channel. Turn your notification bell on so you are.
This video will be linked in the description as well. I think LB did a good job in going into detail about that video and keeping it very short and sweet. She's absolutely amazing. I adore her. So there's the story of how it started between Katie and LB. Damn, I'm late to all the parties tonight. Hey, Snow White. Well, I watched the video and it was not problematic at all. She explained everything about it very tastefully. LB did, yes, she did. But in my opinion, I think and it gets worse, okay? The things, and I'm pretty sure that when I play part 2, I would love to see what excuses people are going to come up with Katie, like come up for when it comes to Katie next, because like I said, in my opinion, Katie, like I can't with that woman. I cannot. I've tried to give her the benefit of the doubt more than once. I cannot give her the benefit of the doubt anymore. I ran out of benefit of the doubts when it comes to her. I've watched her do some pretty horrible things to a lot of people. And to me, what I think even LB is trying to point out is her hypocrisy. She even showed how Katie has reported on people who have been, mentally ill or mentally disabled. It's seriously. And sometimes when you report on people, how do you know? When she is, and I'm not saying this is just me saying this, using this as an example, how does Katie know that Miss Letitia isn't mentally ill? How does Katie know that maybe LB wasn't mentally ill? That's what I'm saying. It's the hypocrisy. That's what's being called out here. Okay, so LB did a part 2, and like I said, I think this will, answer. And she's very short and sweet, which I think is amazing. More of a synopsis, and that's when she really gets down to her story and the horrible things that Katie has done to her. I totally agree with you about the hypocrisy. The fact that this even went on her YouTube channel shows me that KJ was the one exploiting this young man and no one else. Absolutely, Carol. That's what I'm saying. I think it's more about the hypocrisy and her publicly saying she has even more subscribers that this person is mentally disabled, blah, 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 blah. She exploited the situation, and she also used this situation and used this young man and whatever position this man is in, this young man, and used it for her vendetta against LB. That's the point that I'm trying to make. Okay. Let me back out of this. And then there's a part 2. They're right next to each other. And like I said, it's very short and sweet. So
when you find a charcoal toothpaste that epically whitens your smile, you might find yourself...
Hey everyone, welcome back to my channel. So this is going to be my part 2 to my experience with Katie Joy. If you have not watched part 1, please go do that. Other people and how their experiences were with her in my quest. I'd seen her I made about Colin. She said in her video that she did not watch my channel at all.
So someone sent me this link today to
someone named Leslie Bass. I have seen her in my quest. I've seen her name come up in comments. I literally have never watched her before.
They said that she made this video about Janelle's brother, Colin.
Oh, you like Leslie? Well, I wasn't super impressed. I was actually seriously obsessed. I was really upset about the video she did about Colin. Oh, you like Leslie? Well, I wasn't super impressed. I was actually seriously obsessed.
I'd seen her name come up in comments. I literally have never watched her before.
They said that she made this video about Janelle's brother, Colin.
Oh, you like Leslie? Well, I wasn't super impressed. I was actually seriously obsessed. I was really...
Obsessed is the word here. But this is me doing my own research, you guys, because I'm telling you that, and this is just my opinion, and I'm entitled to my opinion. I seriously think that Katie is that nonsense channel. And the more and more I hear these fucking things slow down, I have to screen record this because it sounds just like her. Okay? Yes, right. Hello, nonsense channel.
upset about the video she did about Colin.
Someone asked me if I ever would talk about him. And you guys, I think it's really irresponsible to talk about him. Colin is very, very, very mentally ill. Very mentally ill. Yeah.
And this goes back to what I was saying before. There's a difference between being mentally ill and mentally disabled, okay? Mentally ill, okay, I can understand. But the point is that how does she know that he's mentally ill? And everybody's telling me to Google it, that he really is, and I will. I'll Google it. This is me just talking about the problematic behavior of Katie and every fucking creator that she encounters. But the point is that she's the one who's exploiting this situation, not LB. And most people, that's his privacy, though. How is it fair for Katie, who has more subscribers, and she did back then too? How is it fair that she is publicly saying that this young man is mentally ill?
Yeah, it's not just PTSD. There's other stuff. Barbara has said it's more than that. So
I literally have never watched her before.
If she does other stuff, that's fine. I just wanted to say, like, you guys, if you watch the video, just know he is very ill, and he's not, like, she has a cute Southern voice, and she's cute. I haven't watched her beyond that. You know,
she is so manipulative. It's well known he's mentally ill. Okay. She is literally telling people, like, as a dog whistle, to not go over there and watch him, and to say, just know that he's mentally ill. He's mentally ill. He's mentally ill. Like, why do you keep talking about it? Like I said, and just because it's well known, it doesn't mean that she has to keep saying it over and over and over again.
oh, that's what I noticed too, Caitlin. It's weird because I've noticed she doesn't really do clickbait stuff. So I was like, why is she doing a clickbait?
I don't know how Katie can notice anything that I've ever done, considering she says she never watched me, and she literally acted like she didn't even know who I was. She saw my name in her comment section a few times.
And this is really, really irresponsible. This is really not okay.
I literally have never watched her before.
Which obviously led me to believe, because she said it several times, that she did not actually watch the video. So a few days after that video, I made a response video, which I cannot play the whole thing because it is 2 hours, but I will play clips of what I think was actually important for you guys to see if you have not watched it. My response video is called Addressing the Elephant in the Room. I'll link in the description box if you haven't watched it, but I'm going to put the parts that I think are important. Now, while I was doing my response video, a little ways into it, Katie went live to do a video about Miley Cyrus and Liam Hemsworth, and someone come to my stream and alerted everyone that Katie was live. So a lot of my people, after finding out what Katie had done to me, they went to her channel and started demanding that she apologize to me, and saying that the way that she acted towards me was not okay. And
well, Kendall, even if it is a shower curtain, this is when LB first started out. And even if she had a shower curtain now, so what? It looks nice. I think it looks nice. But yeah, I don't know what it is. I'd have to ask her if she was come in here or if I ever talk to her. I'll ask her if it's a shower curtain.
basically just saying that she owed me an apology. I do not have the video of Katie's, how she acted in that video, that live stream, because Katie took it down. But in the pieces of my video that I'm going to show you, I'm going to show you guys where I was alerted that Katie was live. And I'm going to show you guys where I said more than once, like, don't go attack her. There were several times where I said, like, if you do speak up for me, like, take a screenshot because it's going to be deleted. Because by that point, it was widely known that Katie deleted comments that did not paint her in a positive light. If they did not agree with her, she deleted comments. So I already knew that if anybody went there and defended me, even if it was in a positive way, she was going to delete the comments. Like, I already knew that you didn't have to go over there and, you know, call her disgusting names or curse her out. If you just went over there and said, hey, Katie, I'm really upset by the way that you treated Leslie. I think you owe an apology. The comments will be deleted. So I'm going to show you guys a few clips of my video, and then we'll come back. Really, VR? Like, about me? I don't want people going to attack her, because that's something that I took issue with. Is I felt like people were going to come attack me. I was like, wow, she made this video about me, and now everyone watching is going to come attack me.
We definitely don't want anybody being attacked or whatever.
Yeah, I don't want anybody being attacked.
We definitely don't want anybody being attacked or whatever.
Yeah, I don't want anybody being attacked.
Well, man, I'm going back.
She's live right now, and like people are like going off on her in defense of me. I mean, you know what? This is the way I feel about it. Is like, don't, you know, you don't have to attack her, but if you want to defend me, go ahead. Go, because she kind of brought it on herself to speak about something she didn't even know about. She didn't even watch the video. But
I don't think anybody has to be attacked.
It is okay to be so stressed and overwhelmed that you feel like you need to talk to someone about it. And by that, I mean, go.
I mean, that's kind of is what it is. You know, everybody's entitled to do what they want. But
you didn't even do those things. That's the stuff I don't understand. Why people.
Let me get this straight right now. When you first start off on YouTube, You are limited. You can only do the best you can with what you have. And then as you grow, you try to do the best that you can to provide better quality for the people who are watching you, for your supporters. So that's why, when you give super chats and you guys become members, it's very supportive to the creator, because then that creator can continue to invest in their channel. So talking about her backdrop is absolutely ridiculous, in my opinion, to even say something like that, because when you first start out, you are going to use whatever you can to make it look presentable. And now, have you seen LB's aesthetics lately? Because it looks absolutely adorable. You know what I mean? The more you grow, the more you can invest in your channel to provide, a better atmosphere for your supporters. Like with me, my aesthetics was makeup, but now I have a backdrop, so you do the best you can with what you have. Okay. So be careful, be very careful with what you say when you're in my chat, because I'm not going to have people being insulted, especially when they don't know what they're talking about. And you pointing out is that a shower curtain was absolutely a dig at her. Absolutely. And it was petty, in my opinion. Okay.
Exaggerate truth with bullcrap. Exactly.
That's right. That's right. I don't want anybody to go like attack her. Y'all are. That's not what this is about. This is more about defending the video that Leslie made and saying, don't be a hypocrite. Don't get on there and attack people. And if you do, like, we got a right to defend ourselves. You made a video, you went off, but I really want to drop this after this, because
here's the thing: if you post a comment defending me, you better get a screenshot as proof, because her mods are going to delete it, guaranteed. And this is what I have to say. You don't have to. I mean, what if you want the proof? If you want the proof that or I don't need the proof. I appreciate everyone that is going to defend me or that has defended me.
Take a screenshot.
Take a screenshot. It's going to be deleted.
There's no time to even screenshot.
Wow.
She clearly hasn't watched it. That's right, Jenna.
She hasn't watched it, and that's what bothers me. As a self-proclaimed journalist that has so much integrity, that doesn't build your audience based off lies, here's where you can clear your name. Here's where you can say, I didn't watch it. I didn't watch the video, and maybe I spoke too soon.
That's right, Jamie.
And I apologize to Leslie. I still feel like maybe she shouldn't have made the video because of the fact that he does suffer from some sort of mental illness. But maybe I went off the handle a little too quick. That's what you could say.
She's coming unglued in line. I mean, we haven't deleted nothing. Everybody.
I won't delete anything. Yeah, I got banned. You can't have a conversation. She deletes everything, even respectful comments as usual. She did say sorry that she was really upset and got worked up.
Now, see, that is an example of an echo chamber. When somebody says something or makes a comment in somebody's defense, or they make a comment that's something that's against you or whatever, and you delete that comment, that's an echo chamber. Like I said, I don't care if people, and thank you, Nikki, but I don't care if people make comments, whether it's in defense of whoever it is that I may be talking about that day, as long as you're being respectful. So that's a good example of it. Yes, KJ's backdrops, that's too. They're happy. That's great that you can admit to it.
My thing is just maybe she should have watched the video.
I'm getting sleepy.
So she did just apologize to me. She will only have one moderator on her channel. She just blocked me because I stuck up for you. She is being sarcastic. She called you disgusting again.
Oh, yeah.
People do not like it when you're ugly to someone for no reason. We need to stop drinking the Kool-Aid.
Yeah,
Hold up. Katie Joy told them they need to stop drinking my Kool-Aid. What? Wow, that's crazy. Why? Because I'm a nice human being? Because I'm not getting on my channel and lying?
Now, here's something that I don't agree with, and I feel like this is very important for me. Hey, Brenda. This is very important for me to say. one of the biggest things as a creator, especially when you're a commentary channel or a drama channel, which I think Katie is a drama channel. That's just my opinion. She likes to think that she has this whole journal. She's a journalist, and she talks about such important things. No, but anyway, when your subscribers go back and forth between you and another creator that you may be feuding with or that you're not getting along with, I don't agree with a creator listening to what their subscriber tells you. That's one thing that I think that and it's happened to me. I had to learn the hard way with that. And I also have had it done to me because sometimes you don't know, and this is not with every subscriber, but sometimes you don't know if that subscriber is just going back and forth to cause trouble. So you have to be careful with that. Like, if there's a subscriber that's between me and Katie's channel, and they're coming in here and they're saying, oh, she's saying this about you and she's saying that about you, and I'm not watching Katie at that time, I would tell you, please don't go back and forth. If you want to stay over there, stay over there. If you want to stay here, stay here. Please don't go back and forth. And if you're going to go back and forth, please don't tell me what that other creator says, because sometimes it really can cause trouble. It can cause, because it's happened to me. There was one creator where her subscribers were in the chat saying, oh, Tia says you don't know how to do makeup or something like that. Never said anything like that, but her subscribers lied to her. And she literally just listened to them. And because she listened to them, she got mad and she started saying horrible things about me. Then I had to get back, and hand her ass and start saying horrible things about her. Not horrible things in a classy way, but the point is, just be careful. I feel like it's very important to be careful what you listen to. And when your subscribers are going back and forth and telling you what this creator said, it just causes trouble. So I think that's the first thing I will say that I don't agree with.
I had a year while I was over there.
She's going nuts because a lot of people are posting and she's getting peed.
Oh, darn it.
Well,
I didn't see that.
I didn't want to. I'm not trying to send.
Hold on. Let me open my iPad. I can't see it from here. Let me see.
And hate to her channel.
We don't want to
Jody says she just blocked me. I didn't say anything bad.
We don't want to we don't want it to turn into a big deal. Like, we just wanted to defend her video, and what was going on, and say, this person has no right to sit there and judge. First off, she's not the YouTube police.
Okay, you guys. So, Crystal said you sent us over to troll her. That is completely fake and false. I will leave my video up because I did not send anyone over to troll her.
Rian, thank you so much for gifting the memberships. You're so sweet. I appreciate you. Thank you, guys. Thank you so much. That means so much to me. Thank you. You're so sweet. Yes, you can. Make sure you go vote for the Grifties too. Thank you so much, Rian. You're amazing. Yes, she is. Thank you, beautiful. Okay, let's continue. Almost over, but I don't think I'm going to play the whole thing because it's 31 minutes and 58 seconds. I just want to show you the whole, beginning to the end of how Katie and LB and the horrible things that Katie did.
I said, if you defend me, just make sure you take a picture of it because it's going to be deleted 100%. And I say that because I know that's the case, because people have been saying she deletes every single comment that she doesn't like, or her mods do anyways. Yeah, that's what I've always heard. I will leave this video up so you guys have all the proof that you need. I made it clear not to attack anyone. I watch you both. Sad she can't just speak with respect. That's all I I agree, is she don't allow people to have their opinions, and she prejudged me without doing her research. And that could have had like a domino effect. I still do not want anybody to go to her channel and dog her. If you want to voice your opinion about the video that I made about Colin, that is completely okay with me. You're not going to be heard. You're going to be silent. Okay, so as you guys heard, Katie, she did give like a very snarky apology. I remember seeing like a clip of it. I wish I still had it, but she was very much like, okay, fine. I'm sorry, Leslie. I'm sorry. Is that what you guys want to hear? After that, she went off her live stream, and I got an email from her, and I'm going to show you guys the email. Okay, so as you can see, the date is August 12th, 2019. It says, "Hi, Leslie. This is Katie Paulson. I would like to apologize for the statements I made that were insensitive about your video. I certainly was heated and should not have said some of those things. Please accept my apology. Also, can you please remove your video telling people to attack my channel? I've never once sent anyone after you, nor done a thing to harm your work. I simply spoke out about my frustration with a video made, which I found in poor taste. I certainly should not have used the language I did, and for that, I'm sorry. Thanks, Katie Paulson." Okay, so by this point, Katie had put it out there on Twitter. She had said it on her channel, Instagram, like all her social media accounts, that I sent people to attack her channel. So by her asking me to remove my video, I felt like if I remove my video, there's not going to be any evidence that I did not send people to attack her. Like the video says multiple times, it's a 2-hour video. It was said multiple times, don't go attack her. So I felt her asking me to remove it was kind of going to work in her favor, because people would not realize that she was lying when she said that I sent people to attack her. Before I could even respond to Katie, she sent me another email, and it said, "Leslie, I would appreciate it if you would remove the video about me. A 2-hour live stream is very excessive, and they are still attacking my page. I will do a public video apologizing if you will then acknowledge it. On YouTube, disagreements will happen, and I have and will continue to hold the opinion that I disagree with the video. But that doesn't mean that I dislike you or your channel. I hope that makes sense. Thanks." First off, the video, the 2-hour stream, kind of started out talking more about like my kids and what we've been up to and them about to start school back. But when you degrade someone to the extent that she did me, like call me a disgusting human being, saying that I mock someone with a mental illness, it's not your choice to decide like how long the response is, or like when they respond or how they respond. As long as they don't respond in the same way that you responded, I think they're in a better position than you. So this is my response to her after that. "Hi, Katie. Thanks for reaching out. I understand being upset, but I just wish you would have watched it first before speaking so ill of me. I have family members that suffer from mental illness, so I would never attack or mock anyone with a mental illness. That's not at all what the video was about, and the thumbnail was not clickbait. I don't have a video up telling anyone to attack you. I actually told people that I do not want the situation to turn into people attacking you. The one statement that I made in my video that could be taken out of context is when people were saying that they were going to your channel to defend me. And I told them that I was okay with them defending me, but that it would be taken down. So if they wanted proof that they spoke up without attacking you or being mean about it, then they should take a screenshot of their comment. Several people have reached out to me telling me about your video. And a lot of those people said that they defended me, but their comments were deleted. And they were not mean at all while defending me. Several people have sent me screenshots of their comments, and they were not mean or rude at all, but their comments were still taken down. So I just warned them that it would be removed, and if they wanted proof that they did not attack you, then they should take a screenshot. But I made it clear in my conversations with people and in that video that I did not want the situation to turn into a bashing session. That's not who I am or what I'm about. I do understand that you did not directly send anyone after me, nor did you do anything to harm my work, but it definitely could have. Had people not actually watched my video and just took your word that I mocked him, I could have lost viewers. If I was a viewer and I heard what you said, I would have been disgusted myself. So it definitely could have cost me viewers. Luckily, I did not get any hate, and I'm assuming it's because people actually watched the video when they came to my channel. This entire situation could have been handled differently, and I sincerely believe that if you would have watched the video, then you probably would not have been so heated. Thanks for the apology. Hopefully we can move on from this situation." So after sending that email, I kind of was reading Katie's again, and I was like, no, I'm going to email her again, because she was talking about how the video was 2 hours and it was excessive. So I was really nice to Katie, considering she done this whole video bashing me over my call-in video. And then my response, I felt, was very...
See, just listening to this, here's the problem that I have with Katie. so many problems, but she's so manipulative. Okay. She could have literally just said to LB, emailed her and said, hey, I apologize. Because when you apologize, you're not going to sit there and continue to make that person feel bad about what you're apologizing for. You're apologizing to her, but you're still trying to make her feel horrible because of a video that she made where she was telling people not to attack you. Okay, so now what it is that because you apologized to her, that was hard for you. That was very hard for you to apologize to her. So you're expecting for her to not only apologize to you, but apologize to you by taking a video down. For what? Because it makes you look bad? Well, no matter what, you made her look the worst by sitting there saying that she's a disgusting human being and cussing and saying that she violated a mentally ill person. Like, you are the one who took it to the extreme. Why couldn't you just apologize and then move on? She doesn't have to take shit down. Okay, but that's you being manipulative. Okay, and saying, yeah, I'm apologizing to you, but what you did to me is worse because you told your people to go attack me. It's disgusting. She's the disgusting one. But literally, I just cannot stand people who are manipulative, you guys. Like, it bothers the shit out of me. It really, really does. I hate people who try to manipulate me. I hate people who try to gaslight me. I hate all of that shit. And I hate seeing it being done to other people too.
Like, polite, considering what she done to me. And then when she goes live, she makes like a half-butt apology, very sarcastic, tells people they're drinking my Kool-Aid. So even still, I was like, my responses have been really like nice to her. And she's still not really being too nice to me. So I ended up emailing her again. And this is what I said. The entire stream was not about you. I spoke of my children, my nephew, and just about my life. I did make the video because I was being emailed every 2 seconds from the time that you called me disgusting up until the time that I went live. So I did go live just to address the comments you made. However, the entire stream was not just about you. In all honesty, if I did take that video down, then I have no proof that I did not send people to attack you. But I actually told people not to. My husband even said that we don't want people to attack her. If I remove the video and people are making the claims that I sent people to attack you, and then they go to find the video where I was telling people to attack you, but they can't because I removed it, then I look guilty. I have no issue making another video or when I go live tonight, telling people that I do not want them to attack you, but I will be leaving the video up. Please understand that I have not seen one comment where you were attacked. And if I do, I would probably speak up on the comment right then. I've only seen people politely telling you that I was not mocking Colin and that you were wrong with the facts that you had about my video. That's it. And they have all been taken down. I don't know. Maybe we have different opinions on what an attack is, but I will make sure to tell my viewers again not to attack you or bash you. I completely agree that disagreements will happen. I think this was a little bit more than a disagreement. It was a bashing of my character for no reason at all. So I defended myself. I would have and still do welcome conversations with you if you are offended by something that I post. But calling me a disgusting human being, that's a little bit excessive. So that was my response to her. Now, here's the next email to me. Hi, Leslie. Your fans have called me a heroin addict, a sick bitch, a see you next Thursday, a phony piece of crap. I don't know. I never seen these comments, and I don't know where these comments were made. Not once did she send me any proof that someone said this, but I want to remind people that before me and Katie had our run-in, there was someone named Danny Glass, a YouTuber, that she got removed off YouTube. Jilly Juice, there was a lawsuit where Jillian Epperly tried to sue Katie for defamation. And also, Tati had sent her 2 cease and desist by this time. So it very well could have been other people that had nothing to do with me that were coming at Katie as well. I don't think any of my people would have said these things to her, and I never seen any proof of it. So she said, we had dozens of nasty comments directed at me that were so out of line. Our mods were deleting anything to end the conversation because the stream had nothing to do with you. I was trying to do a story about Miley Cyrus. I do moderate my page and remove comments that are insulting, which is my choice as a channel owner. I apologize for calling you a disgusting human being, but I was angry. And for the record, I watched the video, even though she's already said twice before that she's never watched me. So that was my reaction to the video. Again, I could have used a less harsh language, so I do apologize. And that video isn't up, nor was it ever up.
Thank you, Stranger Clean. Love you. It says, LB is a class act, much like Tia and her chat. Love you all. And we love you too, Stranger Clean. Thank you so much for the super chat. And thank you for being an amazing mod, you and Sparkle and Goose. But I think Goose had to leave, but thank you guys so much. I love you. Thank you. I appreciate that, Stranger Cleveland, more than you will ever know. So what I wanted to say about the email, obviously, that LB is reading. Okay. Where's the proof? And I agree with LB 100%. There are so many people by this point, so many people who have been very, very vocal about how they don't like Katie sending her cease and desist. One lady I'd never even seen before that she showed with the black hair. Who is that? Like, I don't even know that person. Like, seriously. There's people coming all out of the woodwork that I don't even know that sent her cease and desists, taking her to court for defamation. But with Tati, she, was about to be sued by Tati at that time. Anybody could have said that. So where is your proof? And another thing too, I want to make it clear that we are not responsible. We as creators, we're responsible for what's being said in our chat to a certain extent. But we're not responsible for what our creators or for what our subs say on our behalf when they're not in our chat. So even if, in my opinion, even if this was said to Katie, and it was said, first of all, she doesn't know for sure that these were people talking on LB's behalf, but in that other sense, that's not LB's fault. Just like it's no more Katie's fault if people are coming into LB's chat and attacking LB on Katie's behalf. You can't, we have a responsibility as creators and to encourage you guys to not get involved and to encourage you guys, keep it classy. Like I say, we keep it classy over here. But at the end of the day, that doesn't mean that it's our fault. If you guys were to, if Katie Joy was talking about me tomorrow and Stranger Clegan goes in her chat, or Sparkle or J. Marie, Rianne, all of you guys go into her chat and defend me if she's talking about me. Well, I can encourage you guys to always keep it classy. But in the same sense, if you go in there and cuss her out, that's not my problem. You guys are sticking up for me. That doesn't mean I can't go and follow my subscribers around and say, hey, just don't say this, don't say that. You guys are grown. So that's not LB's fault anyway. But still, where's the proof? Exactly, in a classy way. And I will go off about any of, my subscribers if, Katie was going off about them. But the point is that it's still not my problem if you guys were to do that. You guys are adults. You can do what you want to do. You can't blame a creator for what your subscribers say, on your behalf, So, and regardless, at least show proof. But we all know that Katie doesn't show receipts for anything. So
Upload it because it was over 2 hours and I was going to edit it for replay. I haven't had time since. I did not bash your character. In fact, the entire video where I spoke about the video, I really said very few things other than my displeasure. The 12-minute clip, which was removed by YouTube for copyright infringement, is out of context and missing a ton of backstory. I said it was irresponsible and I found it disgusting. If I said you disgusted me, I apologize. Either way, again, I'm sorry for saying.
Crystal, that's what I mean. I agree 100%. You said it perfectly. You know, we as creators, we're not responsible for what subs say. But in the chat, I do think that, you know, in your chat, you are responsible for if your subscribers, as the creator, if your subscribers are saying horrible, nasty things, you can control that. You know, as a creator, you can control that. You tell your mods, look, don't tolerate this, don't tolerate that. You communicate that to your mods. So that means literally you cannot sit here and blame a creator for what her subscribers say on her behalf, because we're all grown as hell and we can do what we want, right?
What I did about you. Now, she said the 12-minute clip was taken out of context and misunderstood the backstory. That was the backstory. You guys got to see from the time Sandra Price asked her about it till the subject was changed. So that's it. Like, there's no backstory beginning to end where I was mentioned, my video was mentioned, until they quit talking about me. So that was her making excuses. Carry on to the next email from Katie. You can also unlist a video so people can't view it on your page, but can access it by a link, which will make it harder for people to see it. And again, stop people from going to my channel. This was like the very beginning of where I felt like Katie was already trying to tell me what to do. Like, lady, you don't come at me, call me all kinds of names, said I mocked someone, then do like a sly apology, say that people's drinking my Kool-Aid, and only really make an apology because she was pushed to do so. When Katie finally made an apology, she called it like, my apology to Leslie Bass. And it was still filled with a bunch of buts and ands and, well, she done this. And nobody really thought that it was a sincere apology, including me, but I decided to accept it because I just didn't want the drama. And Katie ended up changing the title of the video. So her original apology, the video was called My Apology to Leslie Bass. Then it was changed to What I Need Leslie Bass to Know. Then it was taken down altogether. Like the next day, probably. It didn't stay up long at all. And when I asked her about it, she said that apologies don't go on her channel, like that when newcomers come and they see an apology, it confuses them. So she don't leave apologies up very long, which obviously it made me feel like it was not as heartfelt considering she didn't leave it up long. She changed the title. And a lot of the people that follow both of us felt the same because I had people messaging me about it saying, did you see she took it down? Did you see she changed the title? So I think that did a little bit of damage as well. So next email is from me to Katie. I honestly had no idea that anyone called you any of those things. And if anyone called you that in my live chat, I did not see it. I'm sure you can understand how hard it is to keep up with the comments. I've spoken to my mods and everyone that's been emailing me, and I've told everyone that we are putting this to rest. I did speak to the person that uploaded the video, and they said that they did not say your name or leave a link to your actual page. When I started the stream, me and my husband actually agreed that I would not say your name. That way, hate would not be spread and attention would not be brought to your channel just because of that video. But unfortunately, in like the last...
You see, this is the part that I will say about LB, that she is a sweetheart, you know. But in the same sense, if that was me, I would not be going back and forth with KJ. I would tell her, shut the fuck up. I don't give a shit about you. Like, I feel like LB is such a sweet person that she's trying to be reasonable with a person who is irrational. And it's hard, which I'm sure she probably didn't know that much about Katie at that time, but you can't reason with somebody like Katie. You know, like, you can sit there and you could try to, you can attempt to, but you just can't reason with her. Because anytime someone states an apology and they put a but in there or however or anything to excuse their behavior, they're not saying sorry. That totally, those words, those key words totally it doesn't matter if you say sorry if you're putting in a but or a however, or but she did this, but she did that to me. I'm sorry, but however, this is what no, that's not an apology. Like, you just can't reason with someone who's unreasonable. So that just shows right there that LB, right from the start, really tried to work things out with her and learn the hard way. You can't work something out with Katie. You can't work something out with somebody like Katie. So yeah.
20 minutes of the live stream, I did end up saying your name. Everyone knew it by that time anyways. The reason that I was okay with the video being posted is because I didn't want people to not understand why I felt the need to defend myself. For people that didn't see it, I didn't want them to just take my word that you said those things. Hopefully you can understand where I'm coming from in that aspect. Glad we got this squashed because I prefer watching the drama and not being a part of it. Have a nice evening. Next email. Katie to me. Okay, but the name of my channel was listed and it was very clear that in the chat that the moderator directed people to that video dozens of times, which is not okay. It's also not okay to steal intellectual property and post it as your own. Matt did not do that. My moderator, Matt, never wanted people to think that that was his property. Like, that would be disgusting for him to try to, like, that's just ridiculous for Katie to even be like, oh, he tried to claim that. No, he didn't. I would hope and encourage you to condemn this behavior. Here we go again with her, like, trying to tell me what to do. I would hope you condemn this type of behavior.
Thank you, Stranger Clegan. Thank you guys for being so amazing, so respectful. Thank you to my amazing mods. Let's continue because this is actually almost over. But I'm pretty sure there's probably a part 3 because there's some things, there's only a little bit of time left. And I know that Katie has done some pretty horrible things to LB. So let's continue.
Behavior. Like, what about your behavior? Like, my mod just posted a video of your terrible behavior, and you were the one to call somebody else out on what they should and shouldn't condemn. Like, it's just so crazy to me. We don't need proof or receipts. We are adults. That video was completely out of context and missing a lot of information. Also, posting the video on their channel is a violation of community guidelines. One of my followers did say that your husband used a very offensive term that starts with an R during the stream. Not directed at me, but he used it, which I would hope you know is extremely offensive to anyone that has a child with an intellectual disability of any kind. I realize that everyone makes mistakes on live streams. Just wanted you to know that people messaged me about it, which I did not respond to. Thus far, the response to the apology has been well received, and I too am hopeful to move forward. I hope you can speak to your moderator and let them know that what they did is not okay. In fact, I don't need to be exposed. I will always own up to my mistakes, but I'm disappointed that you knew the video existed and approved of him.
Sorry, you guys, I just spit out my drink laughing. Are you serious? Somebody name me one time where Katie has owned up to her mistakes 100%. Without saying but, without saying however, without using anything as an excuse as to why she's saying sorry. Please let me know in the comments or the chat. You know what I mean. Name one time.
Posting it. Imagine if I would have done that to you. You would be upset too. Well, here's the thing. Nobody would have to like put up a video of me going off on somebody that I didn't even know over a video, like, because I wouldn't do it because I'm better than that. That's not who I am to go after somebody over a video. Like, my son's autistic. If somebody made a video about somebody being autistic, especially if they weren't even like saying anything bad, I wouldn't say anything at all. Like, it's just crazy, like, that she's like, you should condemn this. And then she says, like, my husband said that he sounded R word. And I was like, oh, don't say that. Don't say that. Somebody messaged Katie about it. Why not message me and say you're offended? Then she says that anyone that has a child with an intellectual disability of any kind would be offended. That's not true. I'm not offended. My sister is not offended by that word. I know plenty of people. Once again, Katie is trying to pretend to be the spokesperson of everyone with a child with a disability. Okay, on to the next email. Katie to me. Also, at least a dozen people have said that your video was 2 hours related to me.
This is obviously just them going back and forth, which, like I said, you can't reason with someone who's unreasonable like Katie. But another thing, obviously, just saying my stance here, I am 100% against the R word. Like, I've used that one time on a live stream, and I still apologize for it to this day because I grew up with my mother taking care of the mentally disabled, you know, and it's something that I feel so strongly about. I don't like that word. I know that there are some people who just look at it like it's just a word, but that's no different than people saying that the N word is just a word, and it's not. There's meaning to it. And no matter how much people say that words don't hurt, yes, they do. You know, they do. And it is a very offensive word that I'm 100% against when I use that word. And it's not even a part of my vocabulary. And it never has been, because at the end of the day, my mother raised me to make sure that that word, just how horrible that word is. My mother's passion was taking care of the mentally disabled. And I remember when we would go places, you know, because my mom would take her clients to the mall. She would take them shopping. She'd take her clients to get their nails done if they wanted them done. And literally little kids would stop and point. It was horrible. And I'm an empath, so I feel it. And it's a horrible thing. It's a horrible word to use. And if you want to call me a social justice warrior, go right the fuck ahead, because I don't care. I guess that's what you'll call me then, a fucking social justice warrior, because I am. And I'm fucking proud of it. The Bass. I understand that. This was a long time ago. Do I know you, The Bass? I've never seen you before. But I understand. That's totally, I said it too. I said it towards this girl that made fun of me. She did a live about me, and she made fun of me for hours. So it accidentally slipped out of my mouth. And I apologize for it till this day. So, welcome. It's so good to see you, The Bass. But I apologize for it till this day. So yeah, it's good that you apologized. You owned it, and that's fine. That's totally fine. And welcome.
They watched the video in its entirety. Is this true? I would really hope that you are truthful, because multiple moderators of mine have watched the video. All of them insist that you used quotes from the video, spoke for 2 hours about the topic, which related to me. My moderator, Erica, told me that you notified people that I was live. That's not true. People actually in my chat told me that Katie was live. Erica said that you also encourage people to watch the video that Xoxo illegally put up about me. Please come clean about all of this, because I've owned up to my actions. Mind you, this is after the apology. This is after I've accepted the apology, that she's messaging me telling me to.
Thank you so much, Peach Dove. I'm sorry for sending me PayPal. It means a lot to me. I appreciate you. Thank you so much. Thank you, sweetheart. Okay, let's continue. And welcome, The Bass. Thank you for stopping by. I appreciate it. Tell Leslie I said hi, and I hope everything's okay, because I know she said she had a family emergency. So I hope everything's all right.
Condemn people to come clean. The video was 2 hours long, but like I said previously, like when you call someone a disgusting human being and say they're pretty much a predator and that they've mocked someone with a disability, you don't get to tell them how long the response can be. And because Katie's 13-minute rant was filled with about 50 lies, my video was 2 hours. It was what it was. Now, was the whole video about her? No. We spoke about other things like here and there. So when I told her, like, well, the whole video wasn't about you, I was meaning like those things where, like, we talked about my kids starting football, parent-teacher conference, the kids going back to school, Sean's grandpa. We talked about Sean's grandpa. So, like, The actual whole thing was not specifically about Katie. Did I go live to talk about what Katie did? Yes. Was the majority of the video about Katie? Absolutely. But if Katie wouldn't have done what she done, there would have been no need for me to do a live stream about her.
Yes, the Bass, you have an amazing wife. I think she's awesome. And that's why I wanted to cover. This is Katie Joy versus creators, and she's a part of it. But yes, I understand there's a lot of words that were acceptable back in the day. The R word, the N word, saying homophobic slurs. Yeah, those were acceptable back in the day, but they're not anymore. And I think there are some people who complain about it, like, I don't know what to say and I don't know what not to say. Well, figure it out, because it's wrong. Point blank, period. So figure it out. You have to be careful about what you say, because words do hurt. So if people find certain words offensive, that's fine. If they want to apologize for using certain words, that's fine. But no one should have continuously apologized for the same offense. I don't think that no one should have to continue to apologize, but I do think that if it's brought up, that person should say, I've apologized for it. Absolutely. But that's just my opinion. Steve, like with me, there are people who still to this day have brought up me saying the R word, and I still say till this day, I've apologized for it, and I will forever be sorry for it, because that's just how it is. It's something that should have never came out of my mouth, and it never will come out of my mouth again. So when someone brings it up, I always say I've apologized for it, and I take full accountability. So if it's being brought up, I absolutely do believe that you should say, I've apologized for that. And I still do. So I think it's just depending upon, who that person is or whatever. So let's continue. Almost done.
Her saying, like, I hope you're truthful, just was really, like, insulting to me, because I had no reason to not be honest with her. Like, she was the one that done something wrong. Next email. She sends me an email saying that she would be happy to speak to me over the phone. I said, hey, that's awesome. I'm going live at 9 p.m. Central Time. So I did want to speak to you before I went live. I don't have much time right now, but if you would like, you can give me a call now. My number is blah, 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 blah. Then I said, hey, I'm sorry. I'm super busy, so I can't respond the way I would like to right now. The kids got home from school at 3:30, and it's been nonstop. We have football practice at 5:30. So I will try to respond while I'm there when I have a little bit more time. I honestly would be open to a phone call so I can say everything in response to your last 2 emails. Just let me know if you're okay with that. If not, I understand, and I can respond more later. Another email to Katie. Hey, Katie, would you be willing to call me when I'm on the live so we can speak in front of our viewers? I give you my word, I will be respectful, and we can just say that we were putting this to rest. If you do have something you would like to ask me or say, I will answer. Or if you would like to keep some of those questions you have already asked private, then that's good with me too. Katie's response. I really don't want to do a public discussion. I would really like to sort this out privately and not add any more fuel to the fire. Today, I'm still being harassed and told that my apology was not good enough, that it was not sincere. I still have so many questions for you that have left me feeling incredibly deflated today. I watched numerous clips of your video from last night, and I don't feel that you were honest with me today. I saw you direct people to my channel. I saw you encourage people to watch the video. I saw your moderator say that we were discussing WACB.
This is absolutely ridiculous. This is almost like Katie is punishing LB for having to apologize to her. Okay. This whole back and forth thing, she's going back and forth and saying this and this and that and this and that and listing all these things. She's literally making LB feel like she's this horrible, horrible person, and that Katie is punishing her because she apologized. Because what LB did to Katie is worse in Katie's eyes. Well, Katie and her deflated ego, it's always going to be like that. Okay. So no matter how much somebody apologized to her or tries to reason with her, you can't apologize and reason with somebody. Like I said, that's unreasonable. But this going back and forth with her, I think this is Katie doing this purposely to try to manipulate LB, to make LB think that she's this horrible person, when Katie is the one who was calling LB all kinds of names for doing this video and saying she had clickbait and saying just all of these horrible things about LB. LB did not say anywhere near what KJ has said. But this shows you the patterns of behavior that Katie continues to do over and over and over again. It's everybody else's fault. It's never her fault. Is she ever going to apologize to Miss Letitia? Probably not. But good night, the best. Thank you for being here. Is she ever going to apologize to Miss Letitia? Probably not. But at the end of the day, this is why she continues to be in court. This is why she continues to have defamation charges, because she takes no responsibility for what she does. And I agree, some people think words are words. How I look at it is tell that to your child who comes home. Like my cousin, tell that who my cousin is mentally disabled. Tell that to your child that comes home and who's crying because little kids were calling him the R word. Okay. It's just words hurt. They just do. And they do have meaning, and it doesn't matter the age. They have meaning and they do hurt no matter what.
Which everyone knows is me. I saw you say my channel name multiple times. Additionally, I heard your husband say that I uploaded all the time, which left me feeling really upset. This is my job. This isn't a hobby for me. I have a column where I write professionally. I upload multiple streams per day because I cover current trends. We need to sort this out privately before I would even consider discussing this further publicly. I'm left upset because your video from yesterday remains to further stir the pot. When I've removed all of my videos of the things that I've said negative about you, I never once encouraged anyone to attack you, nor have any of my viewers done that. The least you could do is remove the video and truly understand that your response, while I understand wasn't frustration, was equally as troubling and hurtful to me. So Katie, look, my 2-hour video, if you have not watched it, I encourage you to do so, because I was not mean or ugly or hateful. Considering what she said to me, I felt like I was very nice considering, but she is literally telling me that my video is equally troubling and hurtful to her, which just blows me away. So me to Katie, I went back and watched my video again just to refresh my memory on everything that I did say. I did not see where I specifically sent anyone to your channel, but I will watch again. I did see where I said, hey, if you want to go and defend me, I'm okay with that. I honestly never sent anyone to attack you. And if anyone took what I said as that, then they don't watch me well enough to know me very well. If you read the comments, you see so many people saying that I'm nice and that I'm not mean. I'm not at all. I don't encourage bullying or harassment. In all honesty, I felt it was important for the people to watch my video to see your video so they could understand why I felt the need to make my video. I wasn't just trying to bring attention to it. When I went live, I was not aware that my mom was going to post the clip. But when he did, I was okay with it. Because like I said, people needed to see why I was bothered by the things that you said. Also, so much of what you said was incorrect and untrue in that video. So I did write those things down so I could address them in my video. I did not want to look like I was lying for any reason. I did send people to watch that particular video that was on my moderator's channel, but I never told them to go to your channel and bash you. Speaking privately is good with me. I suggested on a live so both of our viewers could see that we were putting it to rest. Another message from me to her, I said, I'm getting my kids down so I can set up to go live. I for sure want to put this all behind me. Can we have a phone call tomorrow sometime? I will be more than happy to answer any questions you have and just explain to you my feelings on everything as well. Have a good night. Looking forward to hearing from you tomorrow. I didn't hear from her. I didn't get a phone call, but 2 days later, I emailed her and said, hey, Katie, I enlisted the video. Hope this helps. And I just decided, you know what? I'm going to do that as long as she doesn't say anything else about me and doesn't try to bash me. I will take my video down. If anybody ever comes to me and say, hey, Katie said that you sent your people to attack her, then I would just provide them with a link. But I did take the video down. So that's like a wrap for what happened after Katie done her video bashing me, my response video. Those emails is what took place. I finally took the video down. And I just kind of accepted the half-butt apology that Katie gave me. So that's kind of where we're going to leave it right now. And my part 3 will cover what happened after that, you guys. It's going to kind of cover, it's kind of like a big gap because we just kind of made amends, and that's what it was for a while. Again, my next video will pick up after that and when I started having problems again with Katie. So make sure you give this video a big thumbs up. Subscribe to the channel if you have not yet already. And I'm so sorry that this was such a long video, but I felt that it was important for me to read all those emails so you guys would know like how she'd come at me, like basically telling me what to do from jump. Like I done called you all these terrible names, lied about you in your video to make you look bad, to make people think that you mocked someone with a mental illness. And now I'm telling you that you need to take your response video down and that you should condemn your behavior and your mom's behavior. But my video was not that big of a deal. It was taken out of context and y'all didn't have enough of the backstory. So you guys were in the wrong. So I just felt it was important to show you guys all of that. Like I said, give this video a thumbs up. If you have any questions.
My goodness, you guys, there's a part 3. Don't get me wrong. I adore LB, so I don't mind watching it, but I had no idea. That's just like what Stranger Clegan said. Like, the fact that there has to be all of these series to give people information and to show people how problematic Katie is problematic in itself. Like 3 videos. I'm sure she might have 4 for all I know. You know what I'm saying? She might have 5. Like, it's crazy. And it's crazy that it continues. It goes on and on and on. That's why it had to be turned into like an ongoing thing, because there are still creators that she is hurting, bashing. There are still people that she is hurting, bashing. And I agree with you, Pinky Star. That's just my opinion and I'm entitled to it. And so are people in my chat. But it's crazy how it's never ending with this woman. I was thinking that towards the middle Faith, I was like, wait, I think there's a part 3, because I remember when Katie doxed, I don't know if she doxed LB, but she put out LB's financials. It turned into this big feud. And like, it just goes on and on and on. And I can't imagine how it's going to be when I get to Tati, Emily D. Baker, Steve. My God. What did I do? No, I'm just joking. I'm just joking, you guys. So I'm going to play a little bit of part 3. I'm not going to play the whole thing. I'm going to have to continue this over till tomorrow, because I didn't know that it was going to be this much information. Like, I remember when it happened, but like I said, I remember more. Thank you, T. Beezy. I remember more when it when it took off from Katie putting out LB's financials. I remember when it took off from there. The list is long, but the thing is that there's a lot of details. Yes. EKC, I have to talk to somebody else to see if she even wants to be in this series. Who else? There's so many people. Like, what? I did BX Beast Boy, Sherelle's World, today LB, and then I was going to do Emily D. Baker, Tati, Saunders Kennedy, it's Charlotte. Oh my gosh. Whew. Yep. Yep. That's what I said. Saunders Kennedy, Charlotte, Tina Alcuccio. Whew. It's a lot, you guys. It's a lot. So we're going to listen to a little bit of LB. KJ, if drama was a person. Exactly. If drama was a person. Yes. And thank you guys for telling people to hit the like button, including my amazing fiance, T Breezy. Love you. And I'm going to pull up part 3, you guys. But like I said, I'm only going to have it for like 5 to 10 minutes. We'll discuss, and then we'll continue this tomorrow. Lord. Okay. Okay. Here we go with part 3. Oh, thank you. Thank you, Rianne. Love you. Thank you, sweetheart. And you bought members. Thank you so much, beautiful. And you are gorgeous, girl. Love your picture. Tia mutes when she's pulling up videos, receipts. No worries, she'll be back. Yeah, whenever I pull up videos or anything like that, I usually mute. And the reason why I mute is so you guys won't hear the clicking noises. And I had a trouble finding part 3, but I found part 3. We'll listen to about 5 to 10 minutes of it, and then we'll continue tomorrow. Like part 3. I'm gonna go ahead and bet that there's a part 4. Good night, Steve. Thank you so much for being here, and I will be getting a hold of you very soon. Very, very soon. But like, how many parts do you think this is going to be for me? Like 10? Message me anytime for cues, and I have some major stuff for you. Major. Absolutely. I'm definitely going to. You are part of this series, and I'm glad. Thank you for being so open and letting me be able to reach out to you. This is a series that I always do. I was going to do. So thank you so much for being so open and honest. So what I'm going to do is play this, and we'll listen to a couple minutes of this, and then she has 14 restraining orders. We're going to talk about that, you guys. Did you know that Katie has 14 restraining orders, allegedly, in my opinion? Now, the only reason why I'm saying allegedly and in my opinion is because I have to have the proof of that first to show you guys, okay? I'm not just going to say that without any type of facts to back that up. I'm not like Katie Joy. I'm not going to sit here and say that something is a 100% fact unless I have the facts in front of me to present it to you guys, okay? So this is just pretty much, I heard that it is just about the time you think you're finished. Mrs. Shit Show will start again. Right, Deb? So that's exactly, Steve. So I have to get that information first, like, because if she has 14 restraining orders, then they're out there. They're, and I have to find them to show that to you guys. However, there is things out there that show that Katie does have 14 restraining orders on her. And from what I heard, she is very, very known, like with the courts and everything. It's crazy. It's crazy. So yes, I will, as soon as I get that, I will present it to you guys. I don't know for certain, so I'm not reporting this to you guys as a fact. All I'm saying is that once I get the proof, you guys will be the first people that I show. Molly talked about getting one on her the other night. Well, when she does, I will definitely show that. But, if I get it, I will show you guys. I will try my hardest to get that information. But I did hear that she does have some restraining orders on her. But this is allegedly. Okay? Let's just put it that way. Okay, Steve, sounds good. Like I said, yes, this is allegedly, in my opinion. I don't know for sure, so I don't want to put it out there as facts. But from what I heard, she has that many. That's not good. But from one of the people that I heard that she has it has a restraining order against her, it's mind blowing to me. It's mind blowing. And this is what Katie does. She's very, very problematic. She literally finds people, she gets so obsessed with these cases. Like, if I was the Duggars, okay, I get it. You're reporting on this family. Okay. But some of the things that she does and reports on, I feel is borderline obsessive, in my opinion. And there's a difference between reporting on things and then just getting downright obsessed with things. And that's what it seems like to me when it comes to Katie. But in that same sense, I don't want to say that for sure. Because, sorry, guys. That's my phone. I don't want to say that for certain, though, because, like I said, I'm not like Katie. I don't report things as facts. So I'm going to play a little bit of this, and then we will talk and finish the rest tomorrow. Let me turn this phone down. Okay. That's okay, Mom of 3.
In this video, this is just my experience.
And just go ahead and click off. I will have my reality TV news and gossip videos coming up soon. I just posted one, as a matter of fact. So don't worry if you're not interested. I get it. This video is going to be my part 3. I have 2 videos. Because Katie likes to say, she likes to tell her followers that from the beginning, she just tried to be nice to me. From the beginning, she just wanted to see me do well.
All I did from the beginning was try to help her. I might be more kind than she deserves. And I just want to say one thing is that I wanted so badly to help her channel, and I wanted to help her grow.
This is a story she has told her followers, which leads her followers to wonder, why am I constantly talking about Katie? Like, why do you have a problem with Katie? Katie's telling us that from the beginning, all she wanted to do was to help you. And I think if you've watched part 1 and 2, you see now.
Wednesday, I don't want to discuss on anybody's mental disorders or anything like that. But in my opinion, there's definitely something that is, I don't know. I just feel like just the way that I watch Katie relentlessly attack someone who's not even a creator, I feel like with Ms. Letitia, when it comes to Ms. Letitia and the way that she has relentlessly attacked Ms. Letitia, Ms. Wynette, it opened up a whole new perspective for me when it comes to Katie. It's almost as if she couldn't stop. Like, she just kept going, post after post, live stream after live stream, doing whatever she could to bring this woman down, to bring this woman's family down. And when she talked about it, it's just appalling to me. It really was. Sitting back and watching it, I was like, every single time, because I'm like, is it ever going to stop? And it was like, it's almost as if she couldn't, and I don't like discussing anything, people's mental health, but I will say there's some questionable things about her. All Ms. Letitia did also, yes, with Molly. Oh, thank you, Haley. Thank you so much. I appreciate you. Just like with Molly, like she couldn't stop. And it was all because this family said, I don't want to associate with you anymore. I don't want to communicate with you anymore. And she literally lost it, in my opinion, like constantly, relentlessly attacking this woman who is suffering, who literally is going through so much with her child, and she was all for this woman. And then she literally totally flipped like minutes after this woman says, I don't want to be bothered with you. So it definitely makes you question things, She gets very obsessive. Her background, and I know that there's some very problematic people here on YouTube, and anybody problematic, send it to me in my email, okay? But I will honestly say I've never seen someone like Katie before. And I think with this story, it sealed the deal with me. It made me look at Katie in an even more, and I just feel like it's hard to explain, but I just feel like she's such a dangerous creator. She really, really is one of the most dangerous creators I've ever seen. And that's just my opinion. Thank you so much, Tammy. It says LB also has a part 3. Watched it yesterday. Yes, and I'm going to put that up. That's what we're watching now. This is part 3. But I just feel like she's dangerous because the people that she's digging up on and bringing up people's backgrounds and just all of the horrible things that she has done. At first, you guys, I'm not going to lie to you. I used to feel bad for Katie, and it's one of the reasons why I stepped back. Katie is the reason I added commentary to my channel. And I tell you guys that, and I'll continue to say it because I feel like it's important, It's a big part of why a lot of people are interested and care about what I have to say. And I'm very flattered. I'm humble. It means the world to me. But she is the reason I started consistently uploading YouTube videos in 2021 or 2020, the end of 2020. Okay. All of this stuff was happening with Tati and all that stuff. And I started talking about Katie. I did nothing but makeup, but I added commentary because I'm like, I got something to say. This woman makes me so mad, so angry. And then after a while, I started seeing things that I didn't like that other people were doing to Katie. And I could understand why some people do the things that they do with Katie, and people were bringing up certain things that I didn't like. And it gave Katie an excuse to play the victim. So when it just gave her an excuse to play the victim. So once that started happening, I had to step back. I'm like, okay, I need to step back for a minute, and I kind of just did my own thing. And then it's the Justice for Vaughn story that kind of got me more talking about Katie. Like I did one video about her because I'm like, let me revisit her to see if she's changed. Hasn't changed. In my opinion, she's gotten worse. So then the Justice for Vaughn story comes at that time. And then I started seeing even more shit that was making me mad. So, and then that's when I continued to cover her coverage on this case. And then here we are. But the point is that I understand now why so many creators cover her. And anytime I've ever asked any creator why they cover her, it's creators that are very, very passionate and very aware of what mental health can do, you know, and for anybody, we don't know what people struggle with behind closed doors. So I think most people cover her because they do truly feel like she's dangerous. And anybody I've ever asked, Llama Girl, a lot of people, you know, I'm not going to say every name, but the first thing they say is she's dangerous because mental health is important. It's real. And you don't know what people are suffering with behind closed doors. And one day she's going to hurt the wrong person. So I still didn't agree with a lot of the things that people were doing with Katie, like I said, because it was giving her a reason to play the victim. But in the same sense, I understand why people cover her, because she's dangerous and she's going to hurt the wrong person one day. And I think a lot of people feel so passionate about it because they don't want things to turn into a tragedy. You know what I mean? Like we don't want that to happen. So many creators bring awareness because they're trying to stop it from happening. And do you know how many creators like Nene Marie or Nikki, you cover her, or myself, EKC, Renelle, Charlotte. There are so many people who probably have went to Katie and then seen all the proof that's out there of how dangerous she is and backed off. And it could be saving a lot of people from having to endure that. So that's why I started covering her. When I started seeing with like Micah Stauffer, and then something happened with T Detox, and just all kinds of stuff that Katie was doing with Saunders Kennedy, what she did to Shane Dawson, especially what she was doing to Totsi and the way she lied on Totsi, I had to add commentary to my channel. So she's the reason why. So many people will say to me, oh, you know, you just started covering her for clout, blah, 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 blah. Okay, I don't give a fuck. Call it whatever you want to call it. I don't care. Because at the end of the day, I started covering Katie before a lot of other people did. It's just that I took a step back for 6 months and maybe a little bit longer. So let's listen to this a little bit longer. This is part 3, right? Yeah, this is part 3. And we're going to listen to about 10 minutes of this, and then we'll carry it on till tomorrow because, wow.
Now, that's not the case. Me and Katie did not start off as friends. It did not start off, we didn't even start off as just two different people in the same community that crossed paths and I had a problem with, or she had a problem with. We literally crossed paths because she supposedly did not like a video, so she drug my name through the mud. She called me all kind of names, said that I mocked, you know, Colin. So that's where it really started. It didn't start with her trying to be friends with me and her trying to be supportive of me, and I just wouldn't take it. That's not where it started. Now that we have that covered, anyone can say, if they ever hear Katie say that again, you can actually say, well, that's not the truth. Okay. So after all that happened, after Katie went on that rant where she really drug my name through the mud, after my response video, after the emails back and forth, I accepted an apology that probably 90% of the people that saw the apology, that witnessed the apology, said that it was a insincere apology. I even myself thought that it was pretty insincere, but I did accept it. And I was honest with that. I was like, it's not really an apology. I don't really feel like she's sincere, but I'll accept that. That's fine. Because I just wanted to get back to doing my content and being happy and having a good time on my channel without worrying about another creator coming for me. So I accepted it and I was just wanting to move on. At that point, we did share a lot of the same subscribers. So a lot of people would be like, I'm so happy that you and Katie are getting along now. I'm so happy that you and Katie are friends now. And Katie really started pushing that narrative like, oh yeah, I love Lazy now. We're cool. We're friends. So I was like, well, why not? You know, she made a mistake, but maybe we can be friends. I didn't really see what could go wrong with that. It's like if you start a new job, you want to make friends in the new job, right? So I thought, oh, that would be cool if we could be friends. So we kind of started talking a little bit. We exchanged numbers. We would text back and forth. And then I started seeing things with Katie that I just couldn't stand for. And it was really hard for me because I already had a lot of people that would come on my channel and say, "Oh, I'm so happy that you and Katie are getting along. You guys are my favorite YouTubers." And then I would see the same thing on her channel. If I watched, I would see it. If I was in the chat, I would see it. But then these things were happening behind the scenes where I was just like, I don't like this. Like I would know of her lying to her audience, and it was a problem for me. So I cannot remember everything exactly the way that it happened. I'm going to give you guys just a few examples of things that was going on back then. Also, I want to let you guys know during that time, I had people just contacting me saying like, this is what we know about Katie. It was during that time that I had someone contact me about a Facebook group that Katie used to be a part of years ago. That was a support group. I'm going to show you guys just a few examples of things that was going on back then that really made me uneasy with Katie. And then I'll get into the Facebook group situation. Okay, so one of the first things that I heard about concerning Katie was her merchandise. God has the worst following. Now, I'm a Christian, but even if I was not a Christian, just being a content creator, I would not want Christians to feel excluded. I would not want them to feel like I was picking on them by saying God has the worst following. So that was something that did not sit well with me. Also, her dog chewed up her Bible, which things happen. I get.
What the actual fuck? I never knew she did that. You see, okay. I never knew Katie did this. That's why it's important. This series is important because I feel like there's a lot of things that people don't know. And then there's obviously a lot of things that people forget. I didn't know this. So I'm glad I'm doing this, not only for even just myself, but for you guys, and for people who may come across my channel and not know how problematic she is. You don't have to, you can be an atheist and still be respectful towards people who are religious, okay? To show your dog chewing up a Bible and to have merch that says, to have merchandise for people to buy that says God has the worst following, shows you right there what a disgusting human being she is. Because she's an atheist. So what? Okay? You want to be an atheist? That's your thing. Do your thing, but I don't care. This is America. You could choose to have whatever kind of belief that you want. People are Satanists that I know that are perfectly, people have these misconceptions about people's religion and what they practice. People have a misconception about African spirituality. And I was just talking about that with my fiance last night. There's people who believe in the universe. Last night on my community post, I was asking you guys, did anybody charge their crystals in the full moon? Excuse me. And that is me being respectful towards people who, which I'm going to start doing it because I am starting to get more spiritual. You can be religious and spiritual. And a lot of people think that you can't, but you absolutely can. And that's why I was like, did anybody charge their crystals? Then you have people in the comments saying, oh, I charged or put my water to make moon water. I'm like, I want to know more about this, because I never knew you could do that. Everyone has their own beliefs and things, and you can be respectful towards people who have those beliefs. That is disgusting. So because you're an atheist, do you think that every single person that supports you is an atheist? Like, did you ever think about the people who support you and what they would think by you saying something like that? And I don't even care if she tries to play it off as a joke. That's not funny. That's not funny. T, I need to put together a crystal pack for you. Mom, my wife, is a kitchen witch. I can't wait to speak to you, stranger Clegan. I cannot wait to speak to you. You sent your information. I cannot wait to talk to you. That's all I got to say. I'm very interested in that. I'm going to do a live stream about it too, because I think people have this misconception that you can't be that, like if you're a Christian and you're highly religious, that you can't be spiritual as well. And you absolutely can be. So I know we got the, what do you call that? Sage. We got that. And we're excited to explore that side. But I understand that Katie is an atheist, and you could be an atheist, but don't insult people who are not. Hey, Latavia, thank you for putting that. Everyone make a wish. It's 11:11 for some people, and it's 2:11 here. So, if I'm wrong about God, I'll end up being a better person because I think he exists. If she's wrong about God because she doesn't think he exists. Exactly, Snow White. Exactly. It's very interesting and great to keep an open mind how much we can learn from each other. Absolutely. And I'm ready to learn. I'm open-minded and I'm ready to learn. And to be honest with you, who got me more into African and spirituality and all those things is Beyonce. So all I'm saying is that she is disgusting. That is so offensive to people who aren't even Christians, to people who aren't atheists and who may believe in a higher power. It's just offensive all the way around. Okay, to have your dog chew. Oh my gosh. You guys see? You see why I cannot stand this woman?
That, but she posted it on her IG account laughing about it. So once again, as a Christian, I kind of felt targeted. So Katie and her husband was accused of being involved in like witchcraft allegedly by her neighbors. These pictures come out. That was the accusations. And obviously it made me feel uneasy. I am a Christian. Katie explained it by saying that this was pictures taken for her husband's CD album. I've yet to see a CD come out with these pictures. Now this is Katie badgering another content creator over who pays his medical insurance. She asked him repeatedly on Twitter about his medical and who pays his medical insurance and how does he receive medical disability, which clearly none of that was her business. Later on, when someone asked her about her son's medical or his benefits, she said, it's none of your business. It's none of your concern, which I agree with her. But why was it her concern over the other creator's medical benefits? It wasn't. Okay, so this one here is very important for me because I have a son that is autistic. If you've watched Katie for a while, you've probably heard her talk about the fact that her son is autistic. Well, back in 2017, she wrote this article about how her son was misdiagnosed. This article was brought back up about a year or so ago, and she went on a live stream and she explained it to her audience by saying, yes, my son was misdiagnosed. What he has is this. And I think she said hydrocephalus, which is what my nephew had. And she said hydrocephalus and autism, they have like the same symptoms. They mimic each other. So had the doctor dropped the autism, he would have had to be reevaluated to just get.
Thank you so much for the super chat, Heather. It says, Katie is entitled, believes everyone owes her something. And she's very dangerous because she intentionally tries to hurt if she doesn't get her way. Absolutely, Heather. And thank you so much for the super chat. I appreciate you. And yes, that's exactly what it is. She's entitled. So we have about 5 more minutes, so let's listen to a little bit more.
Did the same medication and therapy that he was already on. So the doctor didn't want to have to go through all the steps of dropping that diagnosis to have him reevaluated just to get the same medication and therapy that he already had. So while he was not autistic, he kept that diagnosis. What really bothers me is still to this day, Katie says her son is autistic, which he's not. Okay, so there are just conversations between me and Katie where she would say things, or, times I would catch her lying and I didn't really support it. And then I started finding out these things about this Facebook group. So I found out that Katie was a part of a Facebook support group. And what it was is it was for mothers that had children that were medically fragile, I guess you could say. I literally never heard that word until Katie. Like I've never heard anybody refer to their child as medically fragile until Katie. But in a sense, that's kind of what it was. The group started out as a group of pregnant women. And eventually they all had their babies and, several of their babies had some issues. So that group Katie was a part of. And there was 2 people that was in that group with Katie that ended up speaking out. And I heard about it. Now, Katie ended up leaving that group because she had a lot of problems with that group. There were allegations that Katie called someone's child ugly. I want to say those text messages did come out at some point in time. That was an accusation. I want to be clear. These were accusations, and I believed a lot of them because of the things that I was already seeing. Like I was seeing Katie lie to her audience. I was being told one thing and the audience was being told another thing. Katie was, treating me in a way that made me very uncomfortable. So these things just made sense. There were people from the group that said that if one of their children got sick, the next day Katie's son was sick. And it was always like a one-up, like, oh, your child's sick? Well, tomorrow my child is sicker.
you know? So a lot of those things, I just believed it, you guys. There was a situation where two of the women spoke out, and they both said that they assumed, or they thought, it was their belief that Katie may have Munchausen by proxy. Now, this has been a whole situation, this Munchausen by proxy, because on a live stream, I did talk about that. When I finally sat down with my audience, with my viewers, and I was like, you guys, I just have to say, like, I can't support Katie anymore. I'm not friends with her, and I have to break away from her. Like, I know you guys, a lot of you guys like me and her. I get it. Like, but I just can't support her. And I mentioned the Facebook group, and I mentioned the women that had spoken out. One woman's story was that she knew Katie. She was in this group with Katie, and the reason they quit being friends was because Katie spoke to her about the fact that Katie's child needed a wheelchair. And the woman said, you know, she was offended by that because her child had a wheelchair, and she did not think that Katie's child needed a wheelchair. So she drew the conclusion that she thought Katie had Munchausen by proxy. There was also another lady, there was these two ladies. They both had this assumption or this theory that Katie had Munchausen by proxy. So when I really just got my feel of feeling like Katie was kind of trying to control my channel, I would go live, and before I could even get off the live, I would get a text message like this.
Okay, so Katie done a live stream where she said that David had a Tinder account. This was when David and Janelle were split up. Someone actually reached out to David on Facebook. David denied having a Tinder account. That person sent me the messages, and I went live and was like, hey, David's denying having a Tinder account. I was not saying that Katie was lying. I was just saying that David was denying that. She sent me these messages telling me not to shade her, which I wasn't. I was just continuing to report on stuff that was already out there.
You see, I'm so glad that I can't tell you guys how glad I am that I did this, because I'm pretty sure, and this is just my opinion, and I don't know if Katie has Munchausen by proxy, but I did always believe that Katie's child had autism. But then I've heard so many people say her child doesn't have autism. Which is it? You know what I'm saying? Like, she said both. But what I am going to say is that the only reason why Katie, I feel, was trying to get close to LB is because she wanted to control LB's channel to perpetuate her false narratives. It benefited Katie to align herself with LB because they both report on the same things. So therefore, she can control LB. That's what it was. So she can also watch LB to basically, LB was her competition. So she wanted to watch LB, but in that same sense, control the narrative that's being put out there. LB has her own channel. They report on the same things, but why would she condone Katie if she's lying? Why would she back Katie up if she's lying or she's telling the wrong story? But you see, that's what Katie wanted. She wanted to control LB and control her channel. That's what it was. Like, she's so manipulative and calculated. And she had a plan. She wanted to do whatever she could to stop LB from getting bigger than her. Okay? But in the end, it doesn't matter because LB is going to be just like Emily Baker, and she is going to get bigger than Katie. That's just my opinion.
Where she was accusing me of starting rumors when that was not the case. Like, I was literally on a live. It was during the Amber situation, and someone said, "Do you think Amber will sue Katie?" And I was like, I don't think so. I don't know why she would. I mean, you know, considering that it's Amber, who knows? I don't know how she would win a lawsuit against Katie. I don't know why she would, but who knows? It's Amber. Before I could get off the stream, Katie was messaging me telling me not to start rumors. She even said that the fans were mad at me. She literally messaged me telling me, do not start rumors that Amber's suing me. Amber is not suing me. And you made a lot of people mad by saying that. And I was just, we were supposed to be friends. So I was like, what are you talking about? Like, did you watch the video? Were you watching me? Because if you was actually watching, then you will see that I just answered a question. Like, I never started that. I was just answering a question, you know? So those are a lot of the reasons why I just had to separate myself. I could not take being scared of talking about something on my stream, because before I knew it, Katie was messaging me, you know, telling me that the followers were mad at me, you know, that I made a mistake, that I done something wrong, that what I put out on my video was wrong, or what I said in my live stream was wrong. It really kind of sucked the fun out of me having my channel and having the ability to be free with how I wanted to speak to my audience or what I wanted to speak to my audience about. It really took that from me. So one night on a live stream, that's really where I really started talking to my audience. And I was like, look, I know a lot of you guys love to see these two women supporting each other, but there's just so many things that Katie stands for that I just can't be okay with. I'm not okay with. It's not even that I wished ill of Katie. I just could not support her. And I knew I wasn't going to get away with like, I don't support her and that's it. We're not friends, you guys. Let's move on. I knew everybody would want to know why, what happened. So I had to give my reasonings. I had to be like, look, these are the reasonings why. This is what I know, and these are the reasons why I can't support her. You know, looking back, maybe I shouldn't have went public with it. Maybe I should have just, when people brought up the fact that me and Katie were friends and they were happy that we were friends, maybe I should have just kind of ignored it. Maybe I should have, you know. Looking back, like I said, I made some mistakes. There are absolutely things I wish I could take back and redo over. But the first comment that ever come out about Munchausen by proxy, it was not me saying that I thought that Katie had it. It was just me saying these two women that was in this group with Katie, that Katie ended up having to leave the group because she managed to make everybody in the Facebook group mad at her. She ended up having to leave. So
why is it that everywhere Katie goes, she causes problems, chaos, destruction? Why is it? Like, you can't be a part of any groups, Katie. You can't be on YouTube without trying to hurt somebody. Why is it everywhere you go, you have to leave? Okay? Or it ends up with you being in a lawsuit because you don't know how to treat people. Like, you don't see that? Talk about zero self-awareness. Yeah, the mean girl. Exactly, Stranger Clegan. Everywhere you go. Of course, she has an excuse for it all because a narcissist always has an excuse for everything, in my opinion. But the point is, everywhere you go, you hurt people. Or you're doing something to make people feel uncomfortable. Like, how could a person not see that? Okay, a little bit more.
Just me saying, like, there's a group that exists. These two women think that she has this. There was a lot of issues, and this is like some of the reasoning why. After that stream that night, Katie really went off. She told her followers that I was spreading a rumor that she had Munchausen by proxy. She started telling her followers that I attacked her son, which I would absolutely positively never do. She had actually told her mods that I mocked her son for being autistic. She actually said that. I had two of her mods say, Katie told us that you attacked her son for being autistic. And I was like, my son is autistic. That makes no sense. So I was finding out all these things that Katie had said about me and lies that she had told about me. So it really just did not sit well with me. And that's where we went from getting along to not getting along again. And it did kind of start with me pulling away and publicly having to say, I can't be friends with her, you guys. I'm not friends with her, you guys. And these are the reasonings why. So that's just some of the things that were going on. Later on, we ended up making amends again. I'm a very forgiving person, you guys. I'm a Christian. That's just who I am. But it never failed. Like there would always be like this period where like I would somehow talk to Katie and I would fall for it. Like, okay, yeah, you know, she's a good person. She's got a heart and, you know, blah, 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 blah. And we would make amends and I would try to be her friend again. And it never failed. Within 2 weeks, I was regretting it. I was, you know, aggravated to see her telling her audience one thing when I knew behind the scenes something was completely different. What really, really blew me away was the Amber Portwood audio. Now, obviously, when that whole situation happened, I reached out to Andrew Glennon. And I spoke to him. We messaged back and forth. And I mentioned that on a live stream one night. When I was talking about it, 2 of Katie's mods were in my chat. Not long after I mentioned it, like, hey, I reached out to Andrew Glennon on IG and he actually responded. You know, we may do something coming up. Like, he wants his voice. Her 2 mods bounced. And it was like 2 days later that Katie was saying that she was talking to Andrew. I started trying to reach out to him again, and he would not respond to me. A couple days later, I had a lady message me and tell me that she had spoken to Andrew Glennon and that Andrew had told her that Katie told him not to trust me or another creator named Yasmin Woodland. And I was like, that makes a lot of sense. It makes a lot of sense because he just quit talking to me. You know, at this point, me and Katie had made amends again, and we were supposed to be friends again. So here we are, made amends again, friends again, and she's telling someone not to speak to me. Rather than making a big deal about it, I kind of kept it hush-hush. I really didn't say a lot about it. I just kind of went with the flow of things. Katie got all the audio, and that's just what it was. And Katie likes to say, oh, that audio didn't make me money. That is a flat-out lie. I'm going to show you guys screenshots of her social blade. Before that audio was released, Katie, on a good day, would make like $160, $180 a day or something. But when that audio dropped on September 12th, she went from making, you know, $160, $180 a day to a couple hundred, a few hundred. She skyrocketed overnight with that audio. When she started doing the live streams, I'm going to show you guys some screenshots. Before this live stream, a friend of mine, we had a mutual friend in common. I'm sure you guys could figure out who it was. The mutual friend that we have in common called me the night before this live stream and says, you're not going to believe what Katie's doing. And I was like, what? And he said, she is shopping the audio around. Now, mind you, Katie did not just have that one audio and video. Katie has like 11 or 15, I don't know, it's like several audios. And I don't even know if we've heard them all to date. I don't think that we have. But Katie had a lot of audio and video. And from what my understanding is and what I was told, Katie had contacted our mutual friend and asked him, do you have any contacts to TMZ? Because I want to see if they will buy this audio and this video. And she told him that she had already reached out to a company called Splash, I think it was, and that they only offered to give her like $600 to $700. And she told our mutual friend that it was worth way more than that and that she was not going to sell it for just $600 to $700. The mutual friend that we have told her that while this is a big story in our world, Amber Portwood is not an A-list celebrity, and TMZ probably couldn't buy it anyways. She got some contact information from our mutual friend, and she reached out to TMZ. TMZ told her that they could not legally purchase that because it did not belong to her. If Katie actually owned the audio and the video, like she claimed to later on, then they could buy it. But because she does not own it or did not own it, they couldn't legally buy it. Really, whoever purchased those
that is very true, because even with the Johnny Depp trial, if you watch that trial closely, the audio with TMZ, there's no way that they could have represented that audio or put it out there unless it came directly from the source. And that's why it showed that Amber was the one who gave that video to TMZ, because they had to verify that she is the one who recorded that audio. You know, they had to buy that from her because she is the one who created it. So yes. Hey, Renelle, it's good to see you, sweetie. So yes, basically that is true. TMZ can't do shit with that, because what would happen is that TMZ can be sued because the audio is not coming directly from the source. It's coming from a second party. So yeah, Katie should have took the $600 when she was offered it, but then she already said that the only way that TMZ could buy that from her is if that person she got the audio from released it to her. You know what I'm saying? Like, wrote out a letter, certified letter, notarized, whatever, and says, I am giving this audio to Katie Joy. So the fact that she even tried to sell the audio shows you what type of person she is off rip, because I remember her claiming that audio was hers and it was given to her directly from that source. But that's what I'm talking about. Why would I ever believe Katie in any of the sources that she allegedly has when everything that comes out of her mouth is a lie? Yes. So she's greedy too. What a surprise, right? She's greedy. She is the point is that shows you right there how much she looked at LB as her competition. Okay. Somebody asked me as well if I'm going to talk about Emily Baker. You bet your butt I am. Because I feel like Emily Baker is such an amazing creator, strong woman, and she is somebody who definitely showed Katie how it's done and told Katie, don't rile up the lawyers, and told Katie, go ahead, keep talking about me because I'm going to pass you up within months. And she fucking did. And Katie hates it.
Cameras that were in the house that captured that, they own the copyright to it. So if they did tell Katie, from my understanding, they did tell Katie, if you want to give this to us, we can use it, but we can't legally buy it. Katie went back to our mutual friend saying that was ridiculous and that this is a big story and that they should be willing to pay big money for this. So this was the night before. The next day, she goes on a live stream playing more audio. And in the comment section, she's talking about how she saved her integrity, but she lost out on money because of this, and that she didn't feel right profiting off of a domestic violence situation. She even said that TMZ had reached out to her. Now, I'm watching this. I'm at home watching this. Already, understanding that Katie had told Andrew Glennon not to trust me and Yasmin Whitland. Finding out the night before that she was shopping this around. I'm watching her live stream and I'm seeing her in the comment section saying these things, and I'm just mind blown. And then, of course, everybody in the comments, they're like, that's because you're so awesome, Katie. Like, you're just great, Katie. You're such a good person, Katie. You would never do XYZ, Katie. Like, we're so proud of you that you didn't sell out for this and you didn't sell this. And I'm just so blown away that she's painting herself to be this savior. I've done the right thing. I have these big networks or media outlets coming to me wanting to buy this for big money, but I'm not selling it because I'm an advocate. I wouldn't feel right for doing that. All the while, I knew that was not the case. So I was really just like sick to my stomach with it. I was so aggravated with it, but I couldn't say anything. The mutual friend that me and Katie had even said, like, are you going to say anything? And I was like, I can't. Like, what am I going to say? Because the second I say something is the second Katie will say I'm jealous because she got the story and her followers will believe it. So I can't. Like, I just have to sit back and watch how this is going to play out. So I didn't say anything. Later on, when it did come out that Katie possibly told Andrew not to talk to me and Yasmin Whitland, her response to that was, I didn't specifically tell Andrew not to talk to Leslie or anyone else. What I told him was we had a conversation and he told me that other YouTubers had reached out to him. I told him, be careful who you trust because you can't trust just anyone. So in my mind, I was like, so you basically told him not to trust me and Yasmin Whitland, right? That's what it sounds like to me.
Yet he didn't know that he was talking to one of the most evil people on the internet, and she's the only one that you shouldn't trust. If she is walking around trying to sell audio of DV, that should show you right there what type of person that she is. And at the end of the day, the fact that she told people not to talk to LB shows you LB was her competition, and she wanted to make sure that's what Katie has always done and continues to do till this day. Katie's the one who has to have the story. Katie's the one who has to have all the sources. Katie's the one who has to have all the exclusives and the exclusive audios and the exclusive videos. That's how she is. Why do you think that's exactly what she did to Molly and Justin? She didn't want that audio on nobody else's channel but her own. And it's disgusting. It's disgusting because the more people that see that audio, the better, right? But yet here we are, and she's still doing the same damn shit that she's always done. Okay, she blamed it on the sources. My sources only want the audio on my channel. No, the sources even said they didn't care whose channel the audio was on. They just didn't want their names being put out there. Like, it's the same patterns with her. That's why I started covering her again. That's why people continue to cover her, because once you see the same patterns of behavior over and over and over again, it's not going to get better. It's going to get worse.
So to me, she pretty much admitted it. And I don't think for a second that she did not straight up tell him, don't talk to Leslie and Yasmin Whitland. So anyways, fast forward a little bit. The second video and audio that she put out, the night that she put it out, I was on a live stream and I had actually messaged with her back and forth because she told me that she was thinking about putting more audio and video out. And I told her, I said, if you do, let me know. I want to watch it. Katie understands how this business works. When you don't break the story, you go off whoever does break the story, or you go off other outlets. So like a lot of times I go off the Ashley. Katie, she goes off TMZ, the Ashley, whoever, if we don't break the story, and a lot of times I don't break the story. Katie sometimes breaks the story or whatever. But the way this works is when a story drops, say with TMZ, we go and read the story, we go and maybe look up a few more articles off of it, and then we report it in our own way. If there is audio or video, just like when Gino, Mama June's boyfriend, crashed the Suburban into their house, what happened? All the other media outlets, myself, Katie, we all went to TMZ. We recorded that and we played that on our channels. Other media outlets showed it on their outlet. That's the way that it works. So the second video that Katie dropped, I was actually on a live stream. I had talked to her earlier that day. I had asked her, hey, let me know if you are going to go live and put this out there. I want to be able to watch so I can do something on my channel as well. Well, she didn't do that. And for whatever the case may be, she actually went live while I was live doing a live stream watching Teen Mom. We were live on my channel and someone comes in and says, hey, Katie's about to go live and drop more Amber audio. And I was like, oh, goodness, really? So I left my live stream on because we were live streaming Teen Mom. And I ran and got my son's device and I screen recorded her live stream, or I recorded it somehow in the bathroom. And I was just kind of running back and forth. When a commercial would come on, I would run back in there and I would keep on with my stream. And when it went off, I contacted her and I was like, hey, I didn't get to watch it really because I was on a live stream, but I know that you dropped more Amber audio and video. Can I use this to make a video myself? And she told me no. And if you guys, I don't know if you guys remember this, but when the very first video dropped, she got mad at people who reposted the audio. She straight up called other creators out and was like, do not use this. So the second time I was like, I'm going to ask her. I was like, it really doesn't make sense for her to tell people not to use this because this is how it works. Andrew even said his sister put it out there because they wanted everyone to see it.
Does this story sound familiar? This is crazy to me. Isn't it funny how history repeats itself? Like, wow, she did the same thing. And I feel, even though this happened a while ago, I feel so bad for Elle. She tried so hard to give this woman the benefit of the doubt and literally became cool with her, not once, but twice. And both times she got screwed over. She literally went live the same time as Elle, which is very inconsiderate to somebody if you're a friend, It's crazy to me how this woman just doesn't change. She just gets worse. And like I said, I feel really bad for Elle. You could tell, like, why would you treat someone like Elle, who seems like such a sweet person? Why do you treat people so badly? What did KJ do to Miss Wynette? KJ sent, or Ms. Wynette, when she actually communicated with Katie in the beginning, Mrs. Wynette sent Katie a private video of when she went to go visit Vaughn, okay? And then once Ms. Letitia, Ms. Wynette, Marvin Sr., once they all parted ways from her a couple weeks ago, Katie put out that private video. That video was very private, Rand, and literally Katie put it out there for the world to see. And this was when the first time that Ms. Wynette and Marvin Sr. were able to go see Vaughn, and they recorded it. Katie put it out there. And was horrible. It was horrible. Those were private messages that they sent to her. They trusted her. And look at what she did. And it's the same thing with Molly. This audio is only going to be on my channel. She's so fucking selfish, too. Like, yes, and she doxed Marvin Sr. She put out all of his personal information. She put out all of Ms. Letitia's personal information. She put out Abba's personal information. She literally doxed everyone in this motherfucking story. Like, it...
So when I contacted Katie that night, I was like, hey, can I, take that and do my own little video and, whatever. She was like, no, you can't. She was like, here's a picture of the door. You can do that. She was like, but the family is very particular. They want everything said a certain way. They want the story laid out there a certain way. So they don't want anybody just picking the story up and, talking about it. However, here's a picture of the door. Show that. And I was like, that makes no sense, but that's what I done. I was like, you know what? I'm not going to put this out there. I'm just going to put out there what she told me that I could. And I even said on my channel, I was like, I asked Katie and she said that I couldn't. So this is what Katie gave me permission to post. So here it is. I did reach out to Andrew later on, and he finally did start responding to me. And he said, no, my intentions was not for one YouTuber to get this and sit on it and play it on their channel. It was for everyone to pick it up and play it on their channel and media outlets to blast it to the masses. It wasn't this thing like she said. So she lied. Katie is working with someone that she views as a victim of domestic violence, and rather doing what they wanted her to do, putting this out there so it could spread like wildfire so everybody could see what they went through. She's keeping it to herself so she could be the only one to make money on it. And that infuriated me again, because I'm like, you're not doing this for them. You're doing it for yourself. You're doing it so you can make the most money possible. She literally told me to tell my followers that if they wanted to hear the audio or see the actual video, that they needed to go to her channel. I done it because I didn't want that fight. I didn't want to be, back and forth.
And that's the exact same thing that she said to Molly, and we're going to leave it at that. We will pick up on this tomorrow. I didn't realize that this story was, so in-depth with LB, which is completely understandable. I appreciate the fact that she documented this and she put that out there for people to see. I'm happy. And in no way, shape, or form, I just want to spread awareness to people who don't know how Katie is. And then obviously you can see that same pattern with Katie. She continues to do the same thing. Like I said, it's like history repeating itself over and over and over again. Oh, same thing she said to Molly, the same exact thing. Can you just bring your people over here because they only wanted to be on my channel? And so many people, it would have been great that other creators would be able to play that audio so more people would see it. You know what I'm saying? So, wow. All I can say, you guys, is it's going to get better. It's going to get better. There are more creators to come with this series. I'm really glad that I chose to do it. It's not about the views. It's not about any of that. It's about spreading awareness on this very, very extremely problematic, dangerous creator, in my opinion. And I'm sure a lot of you guys can agree with me on that. So, yes, Sparkle has my email. If she's still in here, she can drop it. If not, I will drop it. Stranger Cleveland is still here too. Thank you, Stranger Cleveland. But all I can tell you is that I don't know how many lawsuits it's going to take for Katie to understand that you cannot treat people this way and think that there's no consequences for it. But I don't give a shit, however many it takes, because like I said, I'm not happy that this story happened, because I still pray for Vaughn till this day and Ms. Letitia and her family. But I am going to say that this story definitely brought a lot of people. It brought a lot of people's true colors out, especially Katie's. If you didn't think she was a horrible person back then, all you have to do is revisit the past to now, and you'll see that this is a pattern with her that she continuously does over and over and over again. What it's going to take to stop, I don't know. She's already been in like how many lawsuits and counting. So hopefully one day things will change. But in my opinion, in my humble opinion, I think that somebody as toxic and dangerous as her, you have to be careful with who has a platform. And some people, to me, don't deserve a platform. That's just my opinion, and that's all I'm going to say. Some people don't deserve a platform because some people do very, very horrible things to people, and they use their subscribers as their power, and that feed into their ego, and then their subscribers, their supporters start to enable them, just like Katie saying to her audience that, oh, I didn't want to put that audio out there. I didn't want to sell it because it's a DV situation and I don't want to capitalize on, like, she's just horrible. She's just a horrible person, you know? And I don't like calling people horrible people. I like to think everybody has a little bit of good in them. Let me know if you find something good. Like, all I could say about Katie is what I've said, and this is my opinion. I think she has good work ethic, but how could I say she has good work ethic when she's stepping on everybody to get up to the top? That's what she's doing. She's stepping on people to get to the top, but you're still going to meet those people on your way down to the bottom. So that's all I could say about her. We will talk about her. Yes, Glam Fam, thank you guys so much. And I'm definitely going to be starting that Facebook. I'm creating a banner for the Facebook, and that should be done tomorrow. So when I start that, I will post it on my community post, our Facebook, for the Glam Fam. And if you like cars and all that kind of stuff, and vlogs coming soon, I will put T Breezy's link in my description of the video, okay? Because he has a good channel, and it's time for him to start building it. So and he's my boyfriend, so you guys can follow him too. So I will put his channel in the description. I hope you guys have an amazing rest of your night. I'm not going to keep you guys any longer. We've been here for a while. We will pick this up tomorrow and continue to talk about the creators that Katie has screwed over and treated horribly. So I love you guys so much. I hope you guys have an amazing rest of your night, and I will see you guys tomorrow at the same time. Yeah, he's had a channel, but now he's posting more on it. So if you like cars and vlogs, funny vlogs to come, I will put his channel in the description, okay? Deuces, I love you guys all, and thank you to all the super chats. Thank you to everyone who became a member, and thank you, shout out to Rianne for gifting memberships. I appreciate you. I love you. Thank you to my amazing mods, Sparkle, Goose, Stranger Clegan, and Rianne, and everybody else. T Breezy, yes. And I love you guys. Deuces. I will see you guys tomorrow. If you have anything to send me, just send it to my email, which is going to change soon, but send it to my email, and have a good night. Deuces.
I can feel the blood creeping up from the heathens. Got will, got fight, got pride, got reason. If they wanna go eat, then you know I'm gon' feed them. If you're coming for me, hope you're ready for a demon. I got eyes in the back of my head, I'm seeing. Take me for granted and you know I'm leaving. I'ma take what's mine with the webs I'm weaving. I could take this crowd from seeing to believing. Got a taste for blood and my tongue keeps bleeding from the words I spit. So